It's the Orioles on Masson, and what has been a beautiful weather week for baseball will conclude the same way on this Sunday afternoon as the Red Sox and the Orioles will wrap up the regular season here at Camden Yards. The Orioles already know they have won this season series from Boston. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome. And here we go one more time for the Orioles, recognizing their fans here today and also the individual players and the team numbers that have stood out for this 2013 season. First, let's take a look at the individuals, and there have been some numbers. You take a look at the O's leading the American League. In home runs, it is Chris Davis. In RBIs, Chris Davis. Extra base hits, a new record, Chris Davis, 96. The total bases, Chris Davis. Doubles, Manny Machado still on top at 51, even though he is out. The sac flies, Matt Wieters with 12, and Jim Johnson, 49 saves on the year for the Orioles. Tremendous individual numbers, and as a team, you can see leading the majors this year in home runs, 212. They're setting the best fielding percentage mark in the history of baseball. The games without an error, already a record at 119, and only 53 errors committed. They're going to set a new record there as well. So individually and team-wise, Jim, there were some tremendous numbers put up by the Orioles.
Well, yeah, it's kind of bittersweet. About 2.3 million people came here to one of the great venues in baseball, Camden Yards. Got to see the Orioles play winning baseball at home. They got to see one of the best offenses, the best defense. And hopefully next year when you sprinkle some numbers, you're going to get some pitching numbers. But what they do get to see today, Chris Tillman, they're looking for a number one guy. He's been their number one guy with a little bit of better fortune over the last 6 weeks. Probably would have been a 20-game winner, but he's had a special year. And then Jim Johnson, as you mentioned, how do you win 16 games? You have somebody that comes in and can close the deal.
It would be interesting if Jim had a save chance today, because Greg Kimball got his 50th save for Atlanta, becoming only the 10th pitcher in Major League history to reach that mark. Jim's got an opportunity to be the 11th if he had a save chance and got it.
Well, he's come on. Scotty McGregor came up. He had him at Double-A. He's calmed down. He's back to where he was last year. Difference is just the one-run saves, first pitch batting average. But you got to win a lot of games. I still remember what Lou Piniella used to say when he was managing out in Seattle when they weren't closing the games. Because Jimmy, you got to win the games you're supposed to win. 100 times over the last 2 years, Jim Johnson has come in and helped the Orioles win that and do exactly that.
And it says something about Chris Tillman, because the choice was really his today. Buck Showalter penciled him in, but made it clear to Chris that if he chose not to pitch today, that would be all right. Chris, all along this week, has said every day, I want to pitch, and even in a game that does not matter, really, for the Orioles in the final record or for the Red Sox, they already know where they're going, that they're going to be the number one team in the league. Chris never hesitated or wavered in saying, I want to pitch on Sunday.
Well, the Orioles are very fortunate. I mean, you go back, you look at Andy McPhail had a lot to do with this club because he made the trade where they got Adam Jones and they got Chris Tillman. So you get one of the best center fielders in baseball. You get a young starter at 25 that has really stepped up, and there is a certain edge, and I think that edge is why he's going to pitch today. 3-1 this year against the Red Sox, the best offensive team in baseball. He wants the ball, and you know what? He's had a marvelous year.
And this was the day where the fans' bobblehead choice was given out. The gates opened at 11:30 earlier than normal, and there were lines here early this morning as Chris Davis was recognized by the fans with that bobblehead, and the fans wanted to get it, stood in line, waited outside. Chris came out, signed some autographs, and will get a great hand as he takes the field to start this ball game today. So we are ready to go as one final game to be played will get underway when we come back to Camden Yards. You by PNC Bank for the achiever in you. What a glorious Sunday afternoon, and there's the bobblehead the fans came in to get today for Chris Davis Recognition Day. Our train game time temperature is at 72 degrees, clear skies, lots of sun, a little breeze right now blowing from left to right. Train celebrating its 100th anniversary by offering irresistible financing. It is hard to stop a train, really hard. Here's the lineup for the Red Sox. Ellsbury, Bogaerts, and Ortiz. Napoli, Carp, and Middlebrooks. Salta, Lamacchia, McDonald, and the speedster Berry. David Ortiz against the O's in his career. 38 home runs and 134 RBIs.
And our scouting report, 25-year-old right-hander out of Southern California, Anaheim, California. Well, the O's #1. Kind of thought it was going to be Jason Hamill. He started first game down in Tampa. Seems like it was just yesterday. But Chris Tillman, I mean, he really has a great year. You can't run on him. Only one stolen base. He's thrown out 7. 33 starts. Not intimidated as the second one. The Red Sox, 4-2 lifetime. Very low ERA, 2.35. This year, 3-1 against the Sox. And then the other one, magic number. I think the magic number for anybody is to do better than you did last year. Last year he was 9-3. This year 16-7. But it easily could have been the real magic number. 20-game winner. He pitched that well. There are the numbers. A lot of innings. Reached over 200 innings in his last start. No decision, but could have gotten a win if the bullpen could have held the lead. And he has established a changeup, and he's established himself as one of the better right-handed pitchers in baseball.
Chris will come into the ball game tied for 4th in wins with Matt Moore from Tampa Bay, who's pitching today. Scherzer is the only 20-game winner this year in either league with the Detroit Tigers, and Bartolo Colon with 18 wins. Wilson with 17. Then comes Moore and Tillman with 16 apiece. And then Jeremy Guthrie, 15-game winner. So the Orioles will look to wrap it up with a victory here today. They are 84-77 on the season. They are tied with the Yankees, coming in the exact same record. Entering this final day, we'll see who's going to finish third, or tied for third, or fourth. Pitch is in there for a strike by Tillman, and we are underway. Ellsbury an 0 for 4 in the one game he has played in this 3-game set. He's got a 4 for 18 lifetime against Chris Tillman. 0-1 delivery. Ellsbury will take the pitch down low for a ball.
And he is really the catalyst to the best offense in the American League. When he gets on, those are the numbers that you just talked about. 4 for 18, 52 steals, 91 runs this year for the Sox.
He'll take the pitch inside for a ball. Tampa Bay a little upset maybe at where they are going into this final day, so they've scored 6 runs and they lead Toronto 6-0 in the top of the second inning of their ball game. That ball put up in the air, way back, way back. Oh, goodbye home run. Jacoby Ellsbury with a monster shot for the Red Sox to lead off the ball game. And they take a 1-0 lead. That's number 9 on the year for Ellsbury.
32nd home run that Chris Tillman gives up, and he does give up home runs. I mean, that's part of pitching at Camden Yards. It's part of getting behind. And then again, this is Ellsbury, 3 years ago when he hit 33 of them. Big time power this year, just getting on base, stealing bases, but certainly a tune-up for the postseason for the Sox. They got to like it.
That's going to be as hard as and as far as he's hit a baseball this season. That was a Chris Davis kind of home run. Here's Alexander Bogaerts getting the start at shortstop in the ball game. He's had only one at bat in the series, and he has gone 1 for 1. Chris Tillman with his 32nd home run, is 3rd in the league in home runs surrendered. Griffin of Oakland, Dickey, R.A. Dickey with Toronto are 1 and 2. And that'll be fouled off outside of third base. Bogaerts with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Wild card race, we'll keep an eye on that for you today, of course. Could be a 3-way tie with Tampa Bay, Cleveland, and Texas. All right, now it's a fight. Final day. He got him. Strikeout for Tillman.
Yeah, I think the home run could be a wake-up call. Didn't want to get behind Ellsbury, and right here, young hitter. Actually, he showed us some bat speed, limited at bats. for Bogaerts, and he just goes right up the ladder.
And that'll bring up David Ortiz. Ortiz, a couple of hits, 5 at-bats, a home run, and 3 RBIs in the series. He's never had a hit off Chris Tillman. He is 0 for 13 off Tillman. The year in which the Orioles have held the big DH in check, hitting only .204 against the Orioles this year, 4 home runs, 9 RBIs.
Yeah, Big Poppy with that 3-run home run to get to 30 home runs. Put him right up there with Ted Williams. 7 seasons, 100 RBIs, 30 home runs. Did that off of Belfiore, left center field the other night.
1 ball, 1 strike count on Ortiz with Napoli waiting on deck. Shift on. And the pitch will be taken down low. And a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Both teams making some lineup changes today. Adam Jones out of the lineup. That wrist hurt yesterday, and that bat, shoulders bothered him a little bit. So he's not starting today. Matt Wieters has had all those games behind the plate. Gets the day off, at least as a starter today. Clevenger gets the start behind the plate to work with Tillman here in the final game of the season.
Yeah, Nate McLeod in center. Of course, he can run him down.
3-1 delivery. Ortiz a bloop the other way. How about that? Ellsbury hits a Davis-type home run, and Ortiz hits an Ellsbury-type single.
Yeah, the difference is he's not going to steal a base. So if you do have to get behind him and you do have to give up a base hit, as this bat will just kind of splinter, this is the kind of hit you want to give up to David Ortiz.
So Ortiz on with 1 away. And Mike Napoli coming to the plate. Napoli's had a solid series with a 2 for 7. He's picked up an RBI. 1 down, 1 on. Double play ground ball looked for here. Infield will play Napoli to pull. He puts it in the gap. McLeod's going to give it a long run. Not going to catch up to this, though. It'll go off the top of the wall. Ortiz rambling. They're going to hold him at third. Clevenger, the happiest man on the field. That Butterfield put his arms up to Ortiz and said, stay there. He had no chance to score anyway, but a double by Napoli.
Well, we kind of talked about in the opening, Chris Tillman taking the ball today, but if you're not on your game, and we've seen a couple balls in the middle of the plate, actually David running pretty well. He ran until Luis Rivera stopped him at third, and that's what you want. He's not running well Friday night.
No.
He tried it on the home run, the 3-run home run, which he can do. But 2 fastballs in the middle of the plate, 1 to Ellsbury, 1 to Napoli, and Chris Tillman in a little bit of a problem here in the first.
And here is Mike Carp. Infield will stay back with 1 away. Surrender the run here in a ground ball. Carp will take the pitch. Carp has had only 1 at bat in this series, going 0 for 1. The Red Sox have a chance to have a big first inning. Carp hitting .339 with runners in scoring position this year for Boston. They cheat in now on the right side for a ground ball. They could come home on Ortiz at first or second.
Well, one of the big additions to the Red Sox, and they talk about Victorino, Napoli, Koji Uehara, but look what he's done against the Orioles and look what he's done against the East, and collectively, and they went out and got him. They, their scouting system said, hey, we need a guy to come off the bench, spot start. He's done a terrific job for him. Marvelous year.
86th game that he's played in. Comebacker Ortiz is going. Play's got to be at first, and an RBI will be picked up by Carp, as David Ortiz will score on that slow roller. 2-0 Red Sox.
Yeah, you think you're going to catch it, and again, when you fall off a little bit, and Chris Tillman does kind of towards the Oriole dugout, you're just not in a position to field your position. Any ball hit to your left is right to your glove side, but the one over the pitching rubber gets themselves an RBI, and that's what Carp tried to do.
43 RBIs in 86 games for Carp. And here's Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks getting the start at third, whacks it. It's right at him, and hauled in by Pierce in left field. So a couple of runs in, 3 hits, 1 left on base. Ellsbury kicking it off with a homer. Red Sox up early. Bunny German of the clubhouse staff. He's going to be the bat boy for the first inning here today. He was bat boy for the Orioles in 1964, 50 seasons ago. He has rejoined the ball club here at Camden Yards when it opens, works on the clubhouse staff. Today he gets to be the bat boy again, 50 seasons later.
Well, he better give him the right bats because they're down by 2. A lot of pressure. He looks a little apprehensive. Yeah. Well,
don't go down there and hide now, buddy.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah. Of course, he goes out to give Brian O'Norris the baseballs, and Brian is sweeping the plate. He goes, I'll get back to you.
Take a look at the Orioles lineup with Roberts, Markakis, and Hardy, Davis, Pearson, McLeod, Valencia, Clevenger, and Jonathan Scope starting at second base. Brian, this series, 3 for 9.
And our scouting report on the 23-year-old right-hander out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Well, part of the blockbuster deal came over from the Dodgers. The big salary dump, Crawford, Gonzalez, Beckett, and Nick Punto. They go over to the Dodgers. Power arm, and then inexperience. 7 games on 4 different occasions. Again, 6 starts, 1 in the pen. When he has pitched deep in the game, he's been able to do well, but some of the teams have been able to get to him early. So we'll see how he does as the Orioles need to come up with some offense, trailing 2-0.
John Lackey was supposed to be the starter today, but John Farrell deciding against that and letting Webster make the start. Probably Lackey had a lot to say about that, whether or not he wanted to go today. So Lackey will be in that postseason rotation, not going here. Game number 8, start number 7 for the 23-year-old right-hander.
Yeah, the word is they're going to play an inter-squad game middle of the week up in Boston to get ready for the first round. They will pay the wild card team because of the home field advantage they've earned.
Rio delivery on the way. Roberts will take it, and 4 in a row out of the strike zone.
I'll take a look at the defense, and there is no such thing for the walk. Carp, Ellsbury, Berry, Berry out in right field. Middlebrooks, Bogarts, McDonald. John McDonald, who came over. A terrific shortstop, will play second. Napoli, and then Salty, Satolamaka, Jared behind the plate. Had a great year for the Red Sox.
Nick Markakis batting second in the lineup today. Nick has had a 2 for 7 here in this series. Nick wants to finish up with a 270 mark or better on the year. And we'll take the pitch outside. So Webster starts 5 in a row out of the strike zone. He's had problems in the limited innings pitched. He's walked 16 now in 27 innings worked. Probably going to see a bullpen day today. A couple of innings for each pitcher for the Red Sox, depending on who Farrell wants to get to work. Can't find the strike zone, and that will send Saltalamacchia out, bring Napoli over from first as Webster goes 2-0, 6 in a row out of the zone.
What you need is this is when you need Davey Johnson, who's now managing the Nationals, to come in and tell you about the variable chance deviation theory, which is if you're trying to throw it for the corner and it's not going there, throw it for the middle. Maybe it'll go to the corner. In other words, throw it down the middle, and it's not. If you can't hit your spots, it's probably not going to go down the middle. That was his whole theory. Of course, Dave McNally told him to go back and play second base. That's when I knew he was going to be a manager.
Here's the 2-0 delivery, and just cannot find a strike. So Markakis goes to 3-0 on Nick, with Hardy waiting on deck for the Orioles. Cleveland's #1 in the wild card, starting the day 91-70. Texas and Tampa Bay are tied at 90 and 71 for the second spot. And there's the first strike. And it goes to 3-1 on Nick Markakis. Red Sox will not play until Friday. That's a long time off. They'll go home to Boston tonight, take tomorrow off, Tuesday BP. Wednesday they're scheduled to have that inter-squad. And then they'll be home. Thursday they'll do a regular BP day. So Webster walks 2 in a row here to start the ball game. And Hardy's got runners on his first at bat.
We'll see if he takes the pitch, but I doubt it. He'll just look fastball in the middle of the plate. Hope to get one. 22 home runs last year, 30 the year before, and he's had a nice year. Great defensive shortstop, 25 home runs. Like to add to the 74 RBIs.
Hardy with 2 on, nobody out, 3 for 7 in this series. Gets a chance for his first RBI in this series. 308 average for September. What a finish. Couple of home runs. Pitch will be taken inside for a ball. Webster just cannot find the strike zone. Farrell's already turning to Nieves with kind of the look of, all right, now what? 1-0 count. And that is in there for a strike, and it will go to 1-1.
Yeah, his best pitch is his sliders. The lowest average at 214. The most strike percentage is 69. Curveball he throws over 46% of the time. Fastball below 60. So he does have control problems, but he's young.
That's going to get away. Saltalamacchia will hold the runners, and Hardy will get ahead on the count. 2 balls and 1 strike. Now Webster, real tough time getting going here in this ball game. He's out of Greensboro, North Carolina. Originally started out with the Dodgers back in 2008 in pro ball. Hardy will foul that one back. Now the pitch may be up and in a little bit. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Hardy. Minor leagues, 34 and 25, starting pitcher all the way in the minors through the first 5 seasons. 2-ball, 2-strike count. And Hardy, a little pop-up that goes back into the seats. It stays at 2-2.
Yeah, what he did in the minor leagues was keep the ball in the ballpark. A couple of years ago, 1 home run the entire season. I ran into Johnny Gomes. Gomes said, I said, like Gosman, like that kind of power arm? Well, I haven't seen that. I don't think you'll see that very often. Gosman at 97. Kevin, an Orioles #1 draft choice.
2-2 delivery, foul straight back again.
But you'll probably see the velocity go up if he gets it any kind of rhythm. That pitch at 94.
Hasn't pitched since the 15th, so probably going to take a while to get any kind of a rhythm going, and that was against the Yankees. And a swing and a miss, so Hardy will be the first out.
Yeah, well, that's why you don't throw home runs. 94 with great sink. Bottom drops out of this. Good fastball hitter. Look at the movement, and it's late. Do you think it's going to be in the middle of the plate, right underneath your bat head? That moved almost a half a plate. 6, 7, 8 inches.
Great hand for Chris Davis.
Well, he got the most valuable player award on his bobblehead day, and he'd like to hit his 54th home run or so. Maybe more than that. Never know.
2 on and 1 out. And Davis going for that home run right there. Cabrera's going to win the batting title. Chris Davis is going to win the home run title. RBI is up for grabs. Chris starts the day with 138. Cabrera's got 137.
Yeah, that's a number that really, I mean, look at the 343. I mean, that is one heck of a number with runners in scoring position because Adam Jones has had a really special year. Same with Manny Machado. All of them hitting over 300. But to be able to maintain that kind of average pretty much for the entire season.
Chris is the leader in the extra base hit department at 96. And the pitch to him inside. A lot of the home runs he's hit when he's had 2 strikes on him. The most this season, 19. Well ahead of Cabrera, then Justin Upton, Paul Goldschmidt with Arizona, and Adam Lynn with Toronto. The fact there happens to be 2 strikes in the count for Chris has not negated the long ball. Here's the 1-2 delivery to him, and that'll be away. Talking about the extra base hits, with the 96 that he's got, he leads the majors. Paul Goldschmidt is second, 21 behind Chris. That lead since 1871. Only 4 players have led the majors by that kind of a margin. Babe Ruth, Stan Musial, Albert Bell, and Lou Gehrig. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and that's going to be inside to it, so it goes full.
Yeah, Brian O'Nora doing the umpiring, and you're not going to get that pitch if you're all over the place, and he is all over the place.
21 pitches thrown so far to get 1 out. Roberts on at second base. Markakis at first. Davis will reach and foul that one away. Similarities, home runs. The Babe. Not the bobblehead, but the real Chris. Babe probably never had a bobblehead day. I don't think they did those back then.
Oh, no. But not a bobblehead, but he could have maybe been a bobblehead a little bit.
Well, he certainly had his day.
Did he ever? Good company.
3-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled off. So Davis battling here with the 3-ball, 2-strike count. The Orioles in the series 3 for 11 with runners in scoring position. The Red Sox 9 for 19. These two teams that had played a defensive pitching series all year opened it up here in Baltimore this weekend. Another one fouled right straight back, and the count will stay at 3-2. Be a little help today, and balls in the air, a little breeze blowing out. You got it up and you needed a little carry, you might get some today. Hasn't been any of that first 2 games. We've had still evenings here at Camden Yards. Again, the 3-2 delivery and a swing and a foul tip. Saltalamacchia trying to hang on, couldn't do it.
Yeah, Brian O'Nora, home plate umpire, saying, boy, the ball was fouled off and it hit the ground. A little breaking ball. I don't know if he foul tipped that or not.
Chris got a break on that one, I think.
Certainly didn't appear that he nicked it.
And the count will stay at 3-2. Defensive shift on. And Davis on the off-speed pitch cues it right off the end of the bat.
Well, I will tell you this. You're wild. You walked a couple of guys. They got you a 2-run lead, and you go 3-2. You've seen a changeup. You've seen a curveball. This youngster has Daddy, you got a lot of guts throwing all those pitches, and they've been effective. They were good ones.
11th pitch of the at-bat, and he walked him. Orioles load him up.
Well, probably the right pitch. He just couldn't throw it for a strike. Good changeup, but just under the zone, and that'll get up one of the Orioles' hotter hitters. Steve Pearce with 3 RBIs last night. Home run in the Toronto series. Finally getting healthy, and I almost think God, this season's gone almost full circle. I mean, he made the ball club because he hit more home runs than anybody in spring training, and he's gotten hot again.
Second chance this year with the bases loaded for Steve. 0 for 1 in these situations. And a towering pop-up. Sun battling it. Carp in left. Can't find it. Shortstop. Bogarts does. And no chance to score for Roberts at third base.
Yeah, one of those high skies. I mean, there are some puffy clouds. I'm not sure that Carp would have caught that ball. And Bogarts, routine. And, for a 20-year-old kid, he's got very much like Manny Machado. I mean, he just catches it and immediately hits the cutoff man. Didn't forget the bases were loaded.
So Nate McLouth will come to the plate. And amazingly, chance to get out of the inning.
Yeah, Alan Webster is doing the Jim Palmer impression. When I came to the big leagues, could do this with the best of them.
2 down, bases are loaded. McLouth has had 15 chances with the sacks full. He's got 1 hit, and that was the grand salami. 3 on here. The Orioles, the benefactors of 3 walks, but not able to do anything with it yet. Webster with the 1-0 delivery and a swing and a miss. Good off-speed delivery right there. 1-1.
Yeah, the one thing that Alan Webster has not done because of his wildness is aim the ball. He'll throw all his pitches. Still good velocity, good movement. They're not all going where he wants them to, but does have good stuff.
1-1 delivery, and McLouth, there's another one. He throttled back even further. And a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, back-to-back changeups and good ones. Good location, good late movement. I can see why when they made the big trade last summer with the Dodgers, they wanted this kid because of his arm.
1-2 delivery. And he'll miss up high. Wanted him to swing it one out of the strike zone. Nate refused. Nate with a 0 for 4 in one of the games played in the series. 2-ball, 2-strike count, 2 down. Roberts, Markakis, Davis on the bases. 2-2 delivery. Foul back into the screen.
Yeah, they play Nate to pull in the infield. Ellsbury around in center field. I mean, there's your center fielder. He's kind of wandering around. But look at John McDonald. I mean, great range. He's a terrific shortstop. But I would think he'd be a little bit. He's moved over maybe a little bit, but I would think he'd be more up the middle.
34 pitches at least will have been thrown in this first inning by Webster, because the 34th is about to be delivered to Nate McLouth. 2-ball, 2-strike count. 23-year-old with a 2-2 pitch, and McLouth goes to short. Force at second. Unbelievable. You have just met the new Houdini. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 are left on base 34 pitches later. Touch 'em all rewards for your chance to win the grand prize. Go to MASNsports.com to sign up. 2-0 lead as the Red Sox are on top as we go to the second inning. Bottom of the order, Saltalamacchia, McDonald, and Berry due up here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. Sports Illustrated, just for the fun of it, named Saltalamacchia as the Red Sox unsung hero this year. He's had a fantastic year, career numbers in virtually every offensive category. He's got free agency coming his way. Hey, what a time to have a big year.
Yeah.
And the work of Jacoby Ellsbury, Mike Napoli-Ortiz have kind of overshadowed the work he's done at the plate and behind it. Career highs in hits, RBIs, extra base hits, runs, walks, stolen bases. And the pitch taken up high for a ball.
Well, 40 doubles. We saw the one that missed by about a half an inch for being a 3-run home run. 17 of them last year. Home runs down, but average up.
Towering pop-up. It'll come back and onto play.
I think one of the great trades when you look back at a guy that, along with Derek Lowe, really helped him win a couple of World Series, Jason Varitek. But the trade they made in 2010 to get Saltalamacchia, even though it'll be probably, unless they re-sign him, I mean, 3 guys that you never have heard of since from the Rangers for cash considerations in 3 guys. So it's been huge for him.
He will lead him into the postseason behind the plate, and with the 40 doubles, he's 6th in the American League in 2 baggers. That ball in the air to right field, right at Markakis, couple of steps back. As the Orioles head into the offseason, follow the latest news from the team with the Birdland Social Media Clubhouse. Go to Orioles.com/connect to find out how you can get insider access on Facebook, Twitter, Google, Instagram, Pinterest, and more. You can keep up with the players and the ball club and hear all the news first. It's at Orioles.com/connect. And the pitch taken for a strike. John McDonald, a 38-year-old veteran, getting the start in the ball game at second base today for the Red Sox. Off-speed delivery by Tillman, 1-1. McDonald brought in by the Red Sox for insurance to have that backup infielder.
Yeah,
only 14 games for him.
Yeah, 4 different teams this year. Great defensive player. Boy, he could cover some ground on the turf in Toronto. From second base all the way to third. Cleveland, Arizona. That was last year. Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, and Boston this year.
1-2 delivery to him. That'll be taken. Major League 239 hitter, but has always been an outstanding fielder. Got to the postseason, won division series. Playing, as Jim said, with a lot of ball clubs along the way, because always a valuable teammate on winning teams. Here's the 2-2 delivery by Tillman, and he's going to get a base hit up the middle.
And doing what he's capable of doing. One thing about John McDonald, 239, obviously he'd like to be a better hitter, but he doesn't overswing. He kind of just pecks the ball, pings it here and there, and that's what he did there. Chris Tillman not with his A game so far, and that's not good against this lineup.
And that'll bring up Quentin Berry. Berry limited action this season, just his 13th game with the Red Sox. Brought in for his speed, couple of stolen bases, Ken bunt, so that will bring Valencia in at third base. Berry, 28 years old, out of San Diego. That's why he and Adam Jones are such good friends, as their baseball days go back to their days in San Diego, where they grew up. 1-0 delivery on the way, and Berry will take the pitch up high for a ball. Berry came on board when they had the expanded rosters, so not eligible for the postseason. He was playing at Pawtucket this season when called up. Had been with Kansas City. They acquired him in a deal with the Royals at the end of August. Runner at first, 1 out, 2-0 delivery to him. That's going to be down the line. And way up and goodbye home run. How about that? Quentin Berry got just enough to get it over the railing. That'll be his third major league home run and his first of the year as he takes Tillman deep.
Yeah, changeup that just stays in the middle of the plate, speeds up the bat. You can see Clevenger move to the corner. You can see him turn it over, but it doesn't really go over. Look where it ends up. Well, not for long. And you can see the ball's on the outside third of the plate, but because 81 versus 89, 90, 91, Fathead gets into a better hitting position. You pull the ball to the short porch, and all of a sudden, you're down by 4.
Don't see many home runs that are hit right down that right field line where it's 318. He just got enough. Put that into the standing section down there. David Ortiz getting some help from him on hitting home runs, you could see as he went by.
They were discussing their base running abilities.
Yes. And here's Jacoby Ellsbury, who's also had a home run, his 9th of the season. So unlikely home run candidates in this game for the Red Sox, and Ellsbury and Quentin Berry. And a swing and a miss and a quick at bat. Jacoby Ellsbury wanted to go with 2 strikes back to the dugout. Even if it is the last day of the season, you still get 3 strikes. It is that kind of a day. 1-2. And the pitch will be up high to him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Red Sox, of course, have the advantage home field throughout the entire postseason as far as they go. The American League winning the All-Star game gave them that, even if they get to the World Series. Now he can go back. Tillman gets his second strikeout.
Yeah, perfect pitch. Steve Clevenger moves inside, and he just hits the glove.
2 down, nobody on. That'll bring Bogaerts up to the plate. Bogaerts a strikeout victim, his first time up. And a big cut on a pitch down and away to him for a strike. Orioles after their 85th win of the year. They won 93, of course, last year, getting to the postseason. Numbers dropped off a bit on the road. They were 39-42. They are 39-42. They won 46 games on the road last year. They have 45 wins at home right now. They had 47 here at Camden Yards last year. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Bogaerts will lift it in the air. Davis keeps an eye on it in that high sky and puts it away. So a couple of runs in on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left. Quentin Berry with a home run, and the Red Sox now have a 4-0 lead. Game is Jerry Woodlawn from Baltimore. Jerry, you've won $500 for being selected. You get $100 more for every Orioles hit during our ball game, and an extra $500 for any Orioles home run in the fifth. For the latest info on new games, current promotions, and second chance contests, go to mdlottery.com. Orioles thanking the fans. Fans thanking the Orioles here on this final day of the 2013 season. Well, let's see what the Orioles can do here with Webster and see what Webster can do after that bases loaded, 1 out, first inning, and gave up nothing. Issuing 3 walks in the inning. Danny Valencia's got a 3-game hit streak coming in. 35 pitches thrown.
But really good stuff. But wild.
And starts it out with a 1-ball, 1-strike count of Valencia.
Here, talking about last year, coming out of the Dodger organization, talking about Webster, he walked one home run in 121 innings.
1-1 delivery. That's what he usually gets, are those kind of ground balls when he's got that sinker working.
A lot of movement. Good velocity, a lot of movement. We've seen sliders, we've seen curveballs, and we've seen changeups. And it didn't matter in the process. He was walking 3 batters. It really was one of my all-time innings where back in the day, nobody ever told you can't throw a lot of pitches. Just take your pitches. Yeah, and there's a great changeup. So I have no idea what he's throwing. He doesn't really know where it's going, but it's good stuff. I mean, good movement, good velocity. Not always good location, but here, I mean, this is a plus. Changeup. Bottom drops out. Already established his fastball, and one of your hotter hitters swings right through it.
So Valencia becomes the second strikeout for Webster. Here's Clevenger doing the catching in the ball game, and he will take the pitch for a strike. 4th game, 11 at bats so far, 1 double. Couple of singles for hits. Down to first base. Played on the big hop by Napoli. And there are 2 away. Let's take a look at our AT&T Mobility Trivia Fact. Orioles have won this season's series. Back-to-back seasons. First time they've done that since 91-92. And the Orioles are the only team in the American League East with a winning record in the series against Boston. And you see the numbers, 10-8. Orioles haven't hit very much against Red Sox pitching. Still been able to put up some runs. Red Sox have the advantage in almost all categories except wins and losses.
Yeah, that ERA a little bit higher than the Red Sox because in 2 of the games, 25 runs. That's a lot of runs in just 2 ball games. And you were talking about it on Friday night. Most of the other games could have gone either way. Very closely played contest.
The only big blowouts back on June 13. I take that back. On August 27, the 13-2 game the Red Sox won, and then the 12-3 game here in the opener of this series. Otherwise, games have been pretty tight. 1-ball, 2-strike count. Jonathan Scope. And a tapper. McDonald. And the veteran gets the youngster. How about that? Webster comes back and has a 1-2-3 inning. What a difference an inning makes. Red Sox up. for culinary adventure, the fresh local seafood, and the array of Zagat-rated restaurants. And you can learn all about it. Just go to SavorSarasota.com. A lot of folks will be heading down well before spring training starts. You're going to get rentals there to go see the Orioles. You just vacation, start early. 183 till opening day.
And you'll see the Red Sox again. Red Sox are back. Start the year here in Baltimore.
They're back. Here's David Ortiz. Single his first time up and scored. Then Napoli and Carp. And that will be fouled back by the DH. Ortiz, the sensational season. I mean, really amazing. His home runs tied for 8th, 7th in RBIs. He is 6th in average, 4th in on-base percentage, 3rd in slugging, on and on and on. That one in the air to right field. Nick Markakis, just shy of the warning track, will put it away. Make your plans now for next season by placing a deposit for a full or partial season plan. 60th anniversary season for the O's. Exclusive orange carpet benefits, VIP access to events, major savings over the cost of single game tickets. An Orioles season plan is your best bet to secure tickets to opening day. So don't miss the historic season at Oriole Park. 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com/season.
60 years.
St. Louis Browns to the Baltimore Orioles. One-0 count. And Napoli will take the pitch down low. Napoli delivered a double. 3 hits in the series. 3 for 8. Orioles are 13-14 on the month, so they're looking to get to 500 with a win here. The Red Sox 16-8 this month. Napoli will wait on Tillman. Chris trying to get his 17th win of the season. It's been tough in the latter part of the year. Trying to pick those up. Last 5 starts, only 1 win for him. Came against New York. He's had a couple of 3 losses and some no decision ball games of late, finishing it off.
Yeah, a lot of games he's pitched well, and they haven't scored a lot of runs, something they did early. Take a look at really how he got to this point. You can see low average on the fastball, the slider, which he doesn't use much, the highest, and then look at the curveball. Gets it over about 48% of the time, but under 200, and then the changeup has really become one of his best pitches.
And a swing and a miss as he got that one away and low, and Napoli a strikeout victim number 3.
Now you try to make some adjustments. The 2 home runs, one on a changeup and then the fastball to Ellsbury. If you can get ahead, easier to get this pitch over. You see, perfect curveball thrown under the zone. To me, this is a very good exercise for Chris Tillman at age 25. 201 innings coming in, most in his career. Maybe a little bit tired, but sometimes you learn when you have to pitch through these type of situations. It's all about experience.
6th time he has pitched against Boston this year. Second base, Jonathan Scope will backhand that, make the play over to first base on a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd. The Orioles will get the top of the order back up in a 4-0 game. Sox on top. Chevrolet, find new roads. Red Sox lead American League teams, extra base hits. Orioles, A's, Tigers, and Indians. That's how you score runs. See the average of 466. 4-0 lead. Brian Roberts, leadoff batter, drew a walk his first time up. Ian Markakis had leadoff walks in the first inning, but the Orioles couldn't push anything across. Cleveland's got 2 in the first inning against Minnesota, trying to solidify their wild card spot.
Yeah, nice little pitching matchup down in Texas. Jason Vargas for the Angels and Yu Darvish for the Rangers. And a must-win game.
Unlike the Red Sox and the other ball clubs, these teams in the American League wild card race don't get to rest, folks. Even to the very last day, have to win. 0-1 delivery down to first base. That'll be played by Napoli. Webster gets over the cover. Roberts is retired.
So if the Rangers win and the Rays win, the Rays have to go to Texas to play tomorrow. That's my understanding.
Yep.
And then they will play Cleveland if they win. Felix DeBron has had a nice year as a starter. 11 wins. A starting pitcher.
They're taking a look at him for postseason bullpen work. 3-way tie. Tampa Bay plays at Cleveland Monday. Winner goes on to Texas to play. The winner of that becomes the wild card team advancing. Left center field, that is in the gap and will be chased down by Karp. So Markakis gave it a ride, but right to Karp, who ran it down. There are 2 away. Thought one of the interesting stories coming out this week, not a lot said about it, but talk about opening relations with Cuba. How about the fact Cuba's going to allow their athletes to play abroad now, which they have not done before. Apparently athletes have to have a commitment to the international teams, international competition, and for baseball players, Cuba's regular season goes from November to April, and players would have to agree to participate in that, but then could sign on elsewhere. That'll be interesting. Goes to third. Middlebrooks is there. It's not just how hard you hit him, it's where. A 1-2-3 inning, and that's 8 in a row retired by Webster.
Ready? All right, here we go. Everybody wait. Ready, go.
All right, we just wanted you to see what our production meetings look like. This is the way we do them. This was this morning. And that's the great crew that has brought you all of these games, second to none in Major League Baseball, for local or national broadcasts. output our crew and the work done up against anybody in the game.
Yeah, they make us look good, and thank you so
That's
much.
hard.
Yeah. Well, that's my point.
That's award-winning.
Yeah, so thank you so much for your help and dedication
and long hours.
Oh, yeah.
Red Sox have the lead here by a score of 4-0, 4-5-0. Orioles have zeros across the board. Tillman faces Middlebrooks, who flied out his first time up. Saltalamacchia and McDonald will be due up. And that's a little nubber to first. Tillman will cover. Davis to flip. One down here in the fourth inning. Deposits now being accepted for the Oriole Park 5-bagger suite package for next year, our 60th anniversary season. And you can make it memorable, an all-inclusive 14-guest suite, 5 games against the Yankees and Red Sox, catering, parking, and more. 5-bagger suite package now, and you'll also receive tickets to opening day. Go to Orioles.com/suites, or you can call 410-547-6173. Big crowd here at the ballpark this Sunday afternoon. One away is Saltalamacchia. Flied out his first time up. That one's going to bounce away. Jared Saltalamacchia, 271, 65 RBIs, the 14 home runs. Only 2 for 20 lifetime off Tillman. Swings through that, 1-1.
Yeah, hit a line drive. I mean, you get the shift on. Not a lot of room out there to get base hits, but he top spin the line drive right at Nick Markakis.
1-1 delivery. One after, one up and in.
Yeah, a typical fastball from Chris Tillman. When you look at his numbers over the course of the year, the average velocity is 91.6 today. Maybe one at 92, the rest of them 88, 89. So there's a little extra at 92, but out of the zone.
For Chris, start number 33, 18 at home. 4-2 lifetime against Boston, 3-1 this year. 2-2 to first, and off the glove of Davis, and the throw will not be in time. So Saltalamacchia on as Jonathan Scope backing it up, trying to get a play. Not in time, though, and it'll be a base hit.
There's another top spinner. No, it's not an easy play at all, and that short hop, that's why they scored a base hit. And if you cover the base, probably going to throw him out. He's not there in time, and Scope would have released it a lot earlier.
Scope got over there in a hurry.
Yeah, he did. Well, it's almost like an NFL prevent defense when you send in the extra defensive back, the way they put on the shifts now, moving everybody around.
McDonald got a base hit his first time up and scored. Berry a 2 RBI homer. Ellsbury a solo home run. And the pitch will be taken for a strike. Karp got an RBI and a ground ball out, accounting for the 4 Red Sox runs. So Saltalamacchia on. That'll be hit number 6 for the Red Sox, and McDonald will be followed by Berry with 1 away. Tillman in his starts at home, 8-3 with a 3.88 ERA here at Camden Yards. 0-1 delivery, and that's a strike on the outside corner, and it goes to 0-2.
And a perfect fastball, a little extra, 91, right on the corner. Boy, he's been good at doing that. Pitch to both sides of the plate with his fastball, back it up with a changeup, and in the big sky hook.
0-2 count. Up the middle, that's a base hit. Runner will stop at second as McClough will get it back in. So back-to-back singles, Saltalamacchia and McDonald.
Well, that's John's 2 for 2 now. Fastball in the middle of the plate, hit it up the middle, hanging curveball, hit it right up the middle. It's all about getting good pitches to hit. He got them, and again, did what he does best. Ping it somewhere.
So Berry, who had the home run right down the right field line his first time up, comes to the plate this time with 2 runners on. 4 runs on 7 hits now for the Red Sox. Quentin Berry getting his first home run of the season.
He should be looking fastball. Hit a changeup out.
And Tillman's pitch swung on and missed.
Well, I've been there where you speed up a guy's bat, he hits a home run, and then you throw him a 91-mile-per-hour fastball. He swings when it's in the glove, and you go, why did I ever do what I did the first time up? And that's how good his changeup is. He just trusts it, but just didn't get it in a good spot.
And got that one in a good spot for strike number 2.
Yeah, 91, the late life, and not even close.
Oh, 2 count. Saltalamacchia, McDonald, the base runners. And the 0-2 delivery by Tillman, and another swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for Chris.
Now, Powder River. You pitch the way the hitter reacts to you. And there is Tillman, highest strikeout percentage. Eric Spadard, who tried to strike you out. And then Mike Messina, I mean, of course, he's on his way to 270 wins.
And Jacoby Ellsbury, leadoff batter, home run, and he is struck out. 2 down, 2 on. Back into the seats. Valencia will play in at third base on the first pitch, even with the 2 away, recognizing Ellsbury's speed.
Yeah, the Red Sox, 2 of their hottest hitters, getting the day off. Nava, 4 hits last night, 6 for 9. Drew 4 for 9 in this series. That is the 4th time that Daniel Nava has gotten 4 hits in a game in 2013.
0-1 delivery taken for a strike. Ellsbury is going to be the stolen base leader in the American League at 52. Raja Davis, Toronto with 45, is in second place. 0-2 count, 2 down. Tillman gets it in. Chopper. Fair ball. We just throw. Oh no. A run will score. Chris Davis, first baseman's nightmare. That hand ends up into the runner.
And I'm not sure if he gets deflected and it hits his hand. So there's the throw you're talking about. Yeah, it hits off his body, and then he also pins his hand back, and that's what you have to concern yourself. And be off the ribs of Ellsbury, and then he drops the glove. So
Richie Van Sells, the Orioles trainer, and so many first basemen over the years have had wrist injuries on that very kind of play because it just gets bent back. You would think here on the last day, if there's any question, take him out.
Well, he's going to give him the glove, and you know, Chris, and we saw Chris Davis with a leg injury out in Anaheim, miss 1 game. So he's a gamer.
Buck wants him to catch a couple here on that with that glove hand. So he plays catch with Jonathan Scope.
Now you would think you would just go in, ice it.
Well, get a hand. That's it for Chris Davis's season.
And that will bring everybody to their feet. you're a baseball fan, even if you're a Red Sox fan, you got to realize the monumental season he has had.
Fans with a standing ovation for Chris. He already headed down the tunnel towards the training room.
So where is the error? Where was the error charge?
On the catcher. There's Ellsbury coming over.
Wait, that was a routine play? That you a swinging bunt down the third baseline that you have to pounce on, make a quick throw?
And not the official score.
Yeah, I know. That was a horrible call. How do you give? The Royals are going to set the all-time record anyway, unless they completely get about 12 errors today. But the bottom line is that was anything but a routine play.
So a single is credited to Ellsbury, no RBI, and the run will score on the error charged on the throw by Clevenger. First and third, there are two down. And a swing and a miss. Bogarts. Flaherty has come on to play at first base. What a tough way for Chris Davis to have to finish up a season. And you only hope that there's nothing serious involved with that risk. 5-0 lead for the Red Sox. And back into the screen. Bogarts has struck out and popped out. He's getting a chance at short. Stephen Drew, of course, will be the shortstop come playoff time on Friday for the Red Sox. And for Chris Tillman, trying to work out of the inning now. A couple of singles, 3 singles, Saltalamacchia, McDonald, and Ellsbury in the inning. And the breaking ball stays up high. Bogarts with a 1-ball, 2-strike count. B.J. McFarland in the bullpen for the Orioles. Tampa's got the 7-0 lead over Toronto, jumping out early in that game. The Indians have a 2-0 lead in their ball game as the battle for the 2 wild card spots goes into the final day. And a breaking ball way outside. Clevenger going out to hold the runner at third base. McDonald all the way around to third on that infield hit credited to Ellsbury, who will be held at first by Flaherty. Two balls, 2 strikes. And just enough to foul it back. Tillman will be throwing his 70th pitch. We're in the 4th with 2 down. Two ball, 2-strike delivery, and that'll miss outside. So 3-2 with 2 away. That'll send Ellsbury at first base on the pitch. And an RBI opportunity on a base hit. If he could get an extra base hit, he'd have a chance with Ellsbury's speed and a couple of RBIs. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ellsbury running, and it'll be foul back. Angels in Texas will be getting underway in about 20 minutes. Later start, game being played in Texas. That's the other wild card team, of course. Ellsbury again ready to go. 3-2 delivery, and that ball foul back again. So Bogarts battling here. He's going to see at least a 9-pitch at bat. Only 20 years old and a shortstop of the future.
Yeah, Stephen Drew, potential free agent. You may see him as the starting shortstop next year for the Red Sox.
3-2 delivery on the way, and an off-speed pitch will get him. That's 5 strikeouts for Tillman, but another run added on 3 hits and error, and 2 are left on base. To you by Antwerpen Toyota. Come to Antwerpen and take the Yes test today. Visit any Antwerpen dealership and find out if you pass. And by Chapin Davis Investments. Chapin Davis providing investments that can produce income for your retirement plan. Call to learn more at 1-800-222-3246 or go to chapindavis.com. So the starter, Webster out of the ball game. Alan Webster, the 23-year-old.
Well, he walks the first, 3 in the first inning, and then gets out of the jam, doesn't give up any runs. Matter of fact, the Orioles do not have a hit to this point. So he actually, he showed us a plus arm. And then Felix Lebrun, look at those numbers. 11-game winner last year, but this year much more consistent. Why the Orioles have seen him a number of years starting ball games for him. He can get to 94. Nice changeup, nice curveball slider. 4 very effective pitches.
So Dubron will come on to work a couple of innings probably in this ball game as the Orioles will go to the 4th inning trying to find a hit. They left the bases loaded in the first inning, but all reached on walks, and the Red Sox have the 5-0 lead. For Dubron this season against the Orioles, he's got a 1-0 record. Made 2 starts previously, 5 runs, 11 hits, 11 in the 3rd innings. The Orioles hitting .250 against him this year. And now Dubron out of the bullpen.
Yeah, 4-pitch pitcher, and his average fastball over 93 miles per hour. A good arm. Man, he's left-handed.
Second time he has worked out of the pen this year. Ryan Flaherty coming on in place of Davis will get his first at bat in the ball game. And Flaherty first ball hitting down the line in left field. Carp coming, and that's foul. Diving attempt made as Middlebrooks and Bogarts got the closest to it, but not in time to make the catch.
Yeah, Will Middlebrooks went a long, long way. But again, the slice on that pop-up just out of glove range and almost a double. A couple of feet foul.
So Ryan Flaherty will come back. Flaherty will be followed by Pierce and McLouth here in the Orioles' half of the 4th inning. And over the top, ground ball fair. right in front of the bag. As Napoli got there, got the glove on it, and records the out. 1 down. Our PNC Minor League report is brought to you by PNC Bank for the Achiever. And you?
Yeah, the Orioles saw a lot of Mike Wright in spring training. They like him. He throws a lot of grounders. Look at that. Doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. Tall right-hander. So certainly will get the Orioles looking to improve their pitching. Maybe one of those kids that'll be a comer in spring training. Certainly been an opportunity to show him what he has.
And Pierce will take the pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Popped out. First at bat in the ball game. Pierce against the Red Sox this year. A couple of hits in 14 at bats. Steve plagued by injuries this season and finally getting back to where he feels 100%. And it has shown up in his at bats, finishing out the month of September.
Yeah, he walked by today, and I was talking to Brady Anderson. And Brady, along with a lot of his other activities and responsibilities, working with guys getting stronger, he said, now there is one strong man. Well, when your wrist hurts and you're a hitter, can't be at full strength.
And he'll take it inside. Pierce with 5 hits and 10 at bats, including a home run here in September. Filling the DH role a bit, also in the outfield, starting in left in this ball game. Dubront with a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
Yeah, Dubront only 25 years old. Very deliberate, deceptive windup with 4 pitches.
And the 2-2 delivery on the way, and that'll be fouled back into the screen. Even with the Orioles' error charged in the ball game, they've only committed 54 on the year. That number they've chased all year is 65, the major league record held by Seattle. So the Orioles are going to set a new mark for the fewest errors committed in the course of a regular season. And it will be well below, obviously. 2-2 delivery up and into him. So the count is full. Dubront goes 3 balls and 2 strikes on Pierce.
Yeah, the one thing you notice about Felix Dubront is he holds his when he takes a sign, that he holds the glove exactly like Andy Pettit coming out of Venezuela. How about Pettit with a complete game victory down in Houston, 2-1.
And no, I'm not coming back, he said.
No. Yep.
3-2 delivery. That's up high, and that's a walk. So Pierce on with 1 away, gets the free pass. Orioles season ends today, but the Mid-Atlantic Sports Report will return tomorrow, 5 to 7. You can join Tom, Dave, Mel, and Phil Monday through Friday throughout the playoffs. Then in November, they'll have Orioles off-season coverage Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 to 6. The latest news of free agent signings, what's going on in the winter for both the Orioles and all around baseball. And you'll hear from your favorite Oriole players throughout the offseason. It all starts tomorrow. McLeod hit into a fielder's choice his first time up. Nate 205 against the lefties. 272 off righties. Fouling off the first pitch for a strike. Dubront with the 0-1 count. Pierce on at first. Napoli the hold on him. And the overhand breaking ball. That 2's going to be in there for a strike. 0-2. Two-strike pitch, and that's that.
Ooh, very close. Hasn't been a strike all afternoon. And I think Nate just obviously down in the zone. The only guy that matters, though, close to being a strike, but look at the way he caught it, too. Hard to frame a ball that's almost on the ground, though, and even in a game that's somewhat meaningless, other than you'd like to win, all those pitches get noticed.
Valencia, strikeout victim, his first time up. DeBront's pitch will be taken away for a ball. Left-handers 237 off DeBront. Right-handers 265. He's only given up 13 home runs and 12 of the 13 hit by right-handers. Valencia, 3-game hit streak coming into this final day of the season. 1-0 delivery to him, and that'll be fouled back. Pierce still on at first base with 2 outs. Cleveland wins their ball game today. They'll be the #1 wild card team, and they're still on top 2-0. What a season they've had. The delivery will be down the line and fouled away.
What have they won 9 in a row?
Indians have won 9 in a row.
9 in a row. That's a nice little finish.
They're 91 and 70. Texas and Tampa Bay are both 90 and 71.
Tampa had won 7 in a row until they went up to Toronto, lost the first 2. Texas wasn't very good. They've won now, I think, 6 in a row the whole week.
Angels have been a red hot team. Texas has handled them. In the air to center. Sun bothering. Finds it. And Ellsbury will put it away. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 left on. Red Sox on top. We have 2 Ks in the booth to make sure we don't have a third. Kevin and Karen. Kevin keeps the stats. Karen's in charge of everything. If you don't believe her, ask her. She
exactly.
Exactly. And she is. Thank goodness for that, or we'd never get through a ball game. Well, Tillman, I mean, they've gotten the big hits off him, the home runs, and if there's been anything that's been a troublesome spot for him this year, Jim, it's been the long ball.
Yeah, especially here at home. 24, he came in 22 here, 9 on the road, so now it's 24. He can throw home runs, and it's hard to get up for a game like that, and that's why I say this is a learning situation, because he's been so good. It's meaningful in the sense you want to go out and win and all that. So you make a couple of pitches. The Red Sox, hey, they're freewheeling it. They have earned their right to go represent the American League East, and they get the home field advantage. They've done a lot of good things. So as good as he's been, 3-1 this year, 4-2 lifetime, you have to be on the top of your game, and that has not been the case. And it actually has gotten better since the second inning. And we've seen that from Chris Tillman because he's matured. He's only 25. He's got a great future in this game because of his ability and hard work.
Ortiz will go to first base. Flaherty will handle it and take it to the bag himself. Ortiz 1 for 3, a single, and a run scored, and one away in the 5th inning.
And what he's done is when you don't have your good stuff, you just mix up your pitches. So the 2-run changeup, I think that's the one he'd want back to Quentin Berry because it sped up the bat, threw the ball right by him, and then you can't do much about Ellsbury home run. You don't want to walk him because he can steal bases. He hits a home run and kind of just say that happens, especially against good hitters.
And here's Napoli. And Napoli will take that one outside. For Napoli, he has had a double, 1 for 2. Ellsbury solo shot leading off the ball game. Carp RBI also in the 1st inning ground ball. Berry the 2-run homer and then a run scored on an error. So the 5 runs for the Red Sox, and the Orioles do not have a hit. Off Webster, went 3, walked 3, struck out 2. Dubron on in his stead, and Tillman is so far been the only pitcher used. He may have one more inning after this, or maybe not. 78 pitches thrown. That'll be foul back. It'll be over the screen, and a 2-ball, 1-strike count on Napoli.
And when you get into late September or early October, the sun really changes. You could almost see on that pop-up Chris shielding himself. So the gun gets a little bit lower. Remember Memorial Stadium, 3-4 o'clock, hard to see home plate because of the sun would get to a certain apex as the days get shorter.
The days dwindle down to a precious few. Where's Jimmy Durante when you need him? 3-ball, 1-strike count. And the pitch will be taken up high. So Tillman surrenders the walk here. Let's take a look at our Major League Notebook. A little bit on the division wrap. Clubs going. Some of the big stories that they've had this year for the Red Sox. They'll open the playoffs at home on Friday. They'll take on the American League wild card winner. The Tigers set a new mark in strikeouts, new Major League record. Yesterday they did it. 1,404 strikeouts this season. That is a new mark. And the Oakland A's are going to play the Tigers in the division series, a rematch of 2012. That one was won by the Tigers in 5 games. So the A's and Tigers get to do it again. And if you were wondering, that Major League strikeout record previously held by the 2003 Chicago Cubs. That's pitchers getting strikeouts.
Kerry Wood probably would have been on that staff with I'm to think of the young right-hander that came out of San Diego, #1 draft choice that would hurt his shoulder. And it escapes me on game 162.
We'll look it up. That's what computers are for. 1-1 delivery. Why know it when you can look it up? And the pitch is taken down low. 2-ball, 1-strike count.
Mark Pryor. It came to me.
Going to law school, you go to law school. You don't go to law school to get answers. You get to law school so you know where to look for the questions. 2-ball, 1-strike count on Mike Carp. And the delivery to him. Close pitch. Doesn't get the call on it. Napoli on at first base. 1 down here in the 5th inning. Carp the RBI and the ground ball out. Middlebrooks in the silhouette. Here's the 3-1 pitch, and that's going to be a looper to left. Pierce will get there, runner halfway, will go back. And in our notebook, taking a look at the National League in the same way. Clayton Kershaw, the Dodgers, Cy Young Award winner, 1.83 ERA, joins Sandy Koufax, the only Dodgers to have sub-0 2 ERAs in a year. Craig Kimbrell, 10th different Major League pitcher with 50 saves in a season. He got that with Atlanta. And Matt Holliday has had a sensational second half of the Cardinals. 268 first half, one on the DL since back. Almost 350. There goes the runner. And taking second base is Napoli. Wild pitch.
See, the curveball just going to bounce. And when it does, he takes off. Jeff Clevenger trying to center it in his body, which he does, but good base running by Mike Napoli, who had the plantar fasciitis, so feeling better, apparently.
Middlebrooks takes that one in the air to left, right where Pierce is playing. That'll retire the side. Word on Chris Davis, a left wrist sprain for Chris Davis when he had to leave the ball game. Been here, and on bobblehead day, Chris Davis named the most valuable player of the Orioles, and a lot of fans showing up very early to get their bobbleheads and to see the ball game. And unfortunately for Chris, coming up with a sprained wrist, took him out of the game, and that's how his season will conclude with the Orioles. Deeply appreciative of some great fan support this season, and get to see some outstanding baseball. And the Orioles just ran out of gas towards the end of it and did not have the pitching for the long run that would put them up there with the division leading Red Sox.
Yeah, it's a lesson to learn. And when you talk to the opposition, and they kind of note how the Orioles just seem to drag a little bit in the month of September, a lesson to be learned, and you try to get better complementary players, because the core players are terrific. Great team to watch play.
So the Orioles try and find a hit here. Clevenger will lead it off, grounded out. Jonathan Schoop, and then Brian Roberts will be due up. And the pitch inside.
And if you look at the teams in the American Leagues that are going to finish in front of you, they either had some of their younger players get a little bit better. DeBron, one of those.
That'll be a base hit. So Clevenger's on. There's the Orioles' first hit. A leadoff single here in the fifth. Time for our fifth inning home run bonus. This inning only. Today's Maryland Lottery hit a big contestant of the game. We'll get $500 for any Orioles home run. Jerry Woodlawn has already won $600 today. For all the latest info on new games, current promotions, and second chance contests, visit mdlottery.com. So the Orioles break the ice. Jonathan Schoop grounded out his first time up, and the pitch will be taken for a strike. In the dirt. Nice stop made by Saltalamacchia. That'll hold the runner at first base. Left-handed Dubron up for his second inning of work. Walk and a single off him so far. 1-1. There's another base hit. Jonathan Schoop gets the single. And the Orioles get the first 2 on in the inning.
So talk about developing your young players. There's one of them. Back problems. I guess that's one of the things you're really going to have to spend. We talked about a little bit last night. Spend the off season, the core exercises, get a little bit stronger. Stress fracture in his back early on that kept the amount of bats and games that he was able to play, but only 21.
Scope with 3 hits in 12 at bats for the Orioles. Brian Roberts up, nobody out. Roberts has drawn a walk and he is grounded out. Orioles 0 for 3 with runners in scoring position, all coming in the first inning with the walks. And Saltalamacchia will go out to talk to Dubron on what they want to throw here. Left-hander's delivery, and Roberts will take the pitch for a strike. So the Orioles' second chance to get something on the board. First one was in that first inning. Bryant against Dubron's got an 0 for 2. Clevenger and Jonathan Scope are the base runners. 0-1 delivery on the way, and a swing and a miss. Pitch down and away, 0-2. There's the 0-2. That'll be in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Roberts. Orioles trying to get on the board here. They've got the hits, now looking for the runs with the 5-0 lead. They're in the bottom half of the 5th inning.
Yeah, Brian with 5 home runs in the month of September. Right here, you don't even need that. Just keep it going.
1-2 delivery to him. Roberts will foul that one off, and the count will stay at 1-2. Brian's got a 5-game hit streak. Pick up one here, could end the season. 6 in a row on the board for him. 3 hits in this series, 3 for 10, a homer and an RBI. Dubron 1-2. And Roberts the other way foul off the end of the dugout.
Yeah, a little cut fastball. And Dubron right on the third base side of the rubber, so it gives him that good angle to the inside corner.
Angels jump out 1-0. They're underway in Texas. They'll get a run off Darvish in the first inning of that ball game.
It's not going to be a cakewalk because, as you mentioned, the Angels playing well, and then Vargas, after the nerve release in his arm, really pitching well for him.
That ball's going to be fouled away. Tampa Bay still on top in their game. They score 7-2, so they're going after their 91st win. Cleveland's already got their 91st. And Texas has 90. Tied with Tampa Bay for the second wild card spot. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Dubron's pitch. Roberts down to third, foul. So left and right on the foul balls here. And holding the count at 1-2.
Yeah, they just looking in the back. Miami just beat the Tigers 1-0 on a walk-off home run, and the Tigers didn't get any hits today.
No hitter.
No hitter.
One ball, 2 strike count. Alvarez, a no hitter. 1-2 delivery will be taken away. Count goes to 2-2. There's a way to end the day, end the season. Throw a no-hitter. Wild pitch charged, allowing the run to score. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners off first and second. Here's the no-hitter. Henderson Alvarez gets it. 9 innings. He walked 1, struck out 4. Alvarez for Miami no-hits the Tigers today.
Yeah, the Orioles certainly familiar with him because he pitched for Toronto. Great sinker ball, ground ball pitcher.
And Roberts will go down swinging.
Yeah, all those pitches and then just buzzes him 92 low and away. Perfect pitch. That's what DeBront can do. Throws across his body and then locates right on the outside corner.
I know it doesn't really matter to the Detroit Tigers probably, but you just as soon not head to the playoffs just having been no hit.
And
you
your
got
best
3 or 4 days to think about it.
Yeah, and your best player playing on one leg.
Yeah. Here is Nick Markakis, and the breaking ball off speed will miss. Nick has drawn a walk, and he has flied out. Tigers put the Central away a week ago.
Of course, Jim Leyland did say, who wants to end up your season in the National League on the road? So maybe his players said, I agree with him. And they get no hit.
By the worst team in baseball next to Houston.
Well, you're right about that. About the Marlins, though, they can pitch a little bit.
Nick Markakis, 2-0 count. Orioles, Clevenger and Jonathan Scope, the base runners. And the 2-0 delivery with one away is foul back. Markakis, a 4 for 10 lifetime off DeBront, who with these pitches being thrown here in this inning, he's up to 34. Probably this is it if he can get through it. Two ball, 1 strike pitch. Over the top, will miss. And the count goes to 3-1 off the fastball by the lefty. Three ball, 1 strike pitch, foul back. So DeBront comes back on him after he fell behind 2-0 and gets the count full.
Yeah, you make a great point about John Farrell of the Red Sox trying to figure out who's going to be on his postseason roster. I mean, DeBront could be one of them. And you got Thornton, another left-hander, Breslow, another left-hander, Morales, another left-hander. Ozawa struggled in September, a right-hander. We saw Workman pitch well last night. And you've got Koji, your closer, Koji Uehara.
And walked in the new order.
Yeah. Good take by Nick Markakis, 94, just off the edge of the plate.
So DeBront struggling a little bit here, throwing a lot of pitches. And for the second time in the ball game, first time since the first inning, the Orioles load the bases.
Yeah, one of those bright afternoons, in about a half an hour, that shadow is going to come out and be between you and the pitcher. So get some runs now, get back into the game.
Hardy's had a 0 for 2. He has struck out and lined out. Came up in the first inning with 2 on, nobody out, and went down swinging. And DeBront's pitch will be put in the air to right center field. Going back, Ellsbury, way back, reaching, can't get it. It'll take a bounce up and over. It's a ground rule double. So Hardy gets the Orioles on the board. 2 RBIs. Clevenger and Jonathan Scope will score and make it a 5-2 game.
Well, you don't see J.J. Hardy do that very often, and that is drive a ball. I mean, he's got a lot more hits to right field this year than last year, but he gets on this one. And Ellsbury can really run him down. He just can't catch up with it. Wind blowing out that way a little bit, or just blowing out in general. most likely Markakis would have scored, but the ground rule double. Even though they put the cinder warning track in here, we still see balls carry them off the track into the stands, and otherwise it'd be 5-3.
76 RBIs for Hardy on his 27th double. And now 2 in scoring position for Ryan Flaherty, who came on for Chris Davis. Davis taking the ball at first base. Wrist sprain. Had to come out of the ball game with the glove going into the runner on the throw to first. Flaherty, the 1-0 delivery to him, and that'll be up in the air. Middlewich will come over. There'll be no play. Well, the Orioles with a chance to really be right back in this ball game. The base hit here to make it a 1-run game. No hits coming into the inning. They picked up 2 runs on 3 hits in the inning.
So Chris Davis is going to not only win the. There's De La Rosa came over along with Alan Webster, among other players, in that Dodger deal last summer. But Chris is going to win the RBI title too.
And a swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch by Dubron. Flaherty has had 3 hits against the Red Sox in 26 at-bats this year. Runners off second and third. And Flaherty will loop that one. Could be trouble. Bermuda triangle. Base hit! 1 run will score. Throw will come into the cutoff man. And it is a 5-3 game. Flaherty with the RBI single. Markakis scores. Hardy stops at third.
Well, Ryan Flaherty kind of the anti what he did early in the year with the week. Hit a couple of home runs, 2 home runs in a game. This time just finds a nice little soft spot in the defense. Drops it in there within 2.
Juan Nieves, pitching coach. Let's have a word here. Runners at first and third, 1 out.
You know, I asked Juan when DeBron pitched here earlier in the year, I said, how come he throws 90 and then he'll get the 94? And he said it just takes a while to get his rhythm. And I guess that's probably the question. He had a terrific year starting. But how about on the bullpen? Do you want to bring a guy in that maybe can't get into the fast mode right away?
No.
Yeah, probably not.
De La Rosa. And it will depend on who they're playing as to how this roster comes down pitching wise, and they're not going to know that until they find out who the wild card team's going to be. Steve Pearce, first and third, 1 away, and Pearce in the off-speed pitch tried to jump on it. Middlebrooks, and out of play. Never got over there trying to find that ball. It was further down the line than he was. He never got a shot at it.
There's that little actually jut in. Wall comes along, and then you have that. He kind of hit the side of the wall, and the ball is over here somewhere. So if he kind of goes here, what happens is he probably catches the ball
right off the railing.
Yeah, a little nuance.
And another one foul back. So Pearce with a 2-strike count. Steve, 267 off lefties, 262 off righties. He's evened it up.
Yeah, they played back for the double play with a 2-run lead. So you can stay out of the double play, hit any kind of fly ball with 1 out. The Orioles will be within 1.
Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way. That'll be inside. Again, Saltalamacchia knocks it down, holds the runner. Flaherty at first base.
Yeah, hitting's about pitch recognition, and you get the idea that Steve Pearce, now that he's feeling well, you can just see the way he takes pitches. It's never easy with 2 strikes, which is the situation here. But he just seems like he's been able to identify pitches over the last week or so. He's had a terrific last week of the season.
1-2 delivery, and that's going to be inside.
And even there, a lot of hitters will chase. Pretty good effort from DeBron trying to hit the inside corner.
The final game of the season, we have an extraordinary number of pitches being thrown. Generally in games like this, it's a couple pitches per batter. Guys are swinging, get it over with. Today, pitchers have been struggling here, especially for the Red Sox, to find the strike zone, even though there have been only five. There have been a lot of deep counts in the ball game by both Webster and Dubron. 2-ball, 2-strike count on Pierce. He's had one of the walks and has popped out. Tillman walked only one, striking out 5. 2-2 delivery and a breaking ball that misses.
Yeah, DeBron does walk a lot of guys. They've been coming in 68 walks in 161 innings. That's a little bit higher than you'd like. That's the other thing he can do. 137 strikeouts in 161 innings, so he can strike you out.
Runners off first and third. 3-2 delivery. Pierce down to third and foul. So it'll hold the count full. Back comes Flaherty to first base. 2 RBI double by Hardy. RBI base hit by Flaherty. Counting for the 3 runs in for the Orioles.
Yeah, that 3-2 count changes everything. Hard unless you line out to double up somebody, because Flaherty will be getting a substantial lead. Just make sure you don't get picked off. Well, maybe it isn't substantial. It's actually a small lead.
3-2, and they're loaded again. So that's a good surrender by Dubron.
And Steve Pierce earned it.
11th pitch at bat, and he gets a free pass, and for the 3rd time in the game, the Orioles have loaded the bases. They did it in the first. They did not score. Did it here in the 5th inning, and Hardy got the 2 RBI double, and now they've loaded him again. And Nate McLouth will get a chance. Nate hit into a fielder's choice with the sacks full in the first. He has also struck out. Only one away. Oh, wow. There's one in the kitchen. Ball 1.
And somehow he doesn't get plunked. Almost got the jersey. You got to go to the bloused effect. Ooh.
Full jackknife on that one. Here's the 1-0 delivery to him, and Nate will take it. It is there for a strike. He is 1 for 9, lifetime off Dubron. The Orioles down by just 2, and a chance to get it tied up on a base hit.
Well, they tie it up to get Chris Tillman still in the game.
1 and 2.
But remember, DeBron's a strikeout guy. And that is not what Nate McLouth wants to do.
One-two delivery on the way. McLouth on a breaking ball takes it. Not close on that one. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Hardy, Flaherty, and Pierce getting their leads. And the 2-2 delivery. And McLouth takes that one down the line right field. That's a fair ball. Goes into the corner. 1 run is scored. 2 will score. A double and 2 RBIs. And the game is tied at 5.
Well, the Orioles the last 2 nights have done a great job on breaking balls. Last night it was Pierce with the ball down into the corner. Off Morales. Give the Orioles a lead. Here's McLouth on a curveball. Back-to-back hooks. The second one ends up down to the corner. And here comes your 4th and 5th run. So there's the hook. Probably the right pitch, but it stays in the middle of the plate. Nice at bat by Nate McLouth. Doesn't overswing. Not out in front. Couple of RBIs to tie it up.
So to the bullpen, and Dubron, long inning. He's got 36 RBIs on the year. The fans appreciative of the work he has done. Nate the Great on at second base, and to the bullpen with 2 on and 1 out.
Yeah, De La Rosa comes in, acquired from the Dodgers. Tommy John, 2011, hard thrower. You can see not a lot of activities. So he's been up and down, and we've seen a number of pitchers. 3 times this year for the Red Sox. Hard throwing right-hander, could hit 95, 4 pitches. Curveball, slider, changeup.
Dubron charged with the 5 hits in an inning and 2/3. So far, 5 runs, all here in the 5th inning. Second and third, 1 out. Here's Valencia, and the pitch will be away. Chris Tillman waiting to see, after going into the dugout trailing 5-0, whether before he leaves either for the mound or the clubhouse, he's got a chance to win his 17th.
And again, you got about 5 minutes till that shadow will creep in. You can see it just past Danny Valencia.
1-0 delivery, strike in the outside corner. Valencia 0 for 2 has struck out, flied out. The Orioles have batted around here in the 5th inning.
Well, Jeff Clevenger started it all with a single. First hit of the game for the Orioles.
1 ball, 1 strike count. De La Rosa's pitch will be outside there.
A little extra today. Average fastball of 95, 96, 97. Way outside. Danny Valencia, he can get on the fastball. Won't have a problem hitting it.
A lot of these Red Sox pitchers have not worked lately. De La Rosa's last outing was on the 24th, an inning against Colorado, where he walked 1. Valencia, oh, what a stop, and he holds the runner. Napoli playing in. He reaches down, takes a look at third, gets the runner back, and gets the out.
Well, we did the Gold Gloves all week, and he was right at the top of the list. And he kind of stopped former catcher. Hip problems, foot problems, plantar fasciitis, and boy, did he make a nice play here. This ball, a BB. A little short hop, checks the runners, and then you get the out. So a little bit of good fortune for Ruby De La Rosa.
So now there are 2 away. Runners remain at second and third, and the pitch will be taken away. And here is Clevenger, who started this inning out with the Orioles' first hit, that base hit. So he's 1 for 2 in the ball game. 10th Oriole to come to the plate in the 5th inning. 1-0. Lifts it foul. De La Rosa, 1 ball, 1 strike count.
Now Jeff Clevenger on the Mount St. Joe. You wonder if he'll be part of the Oriole plans in 2014. Always looking for a guy that can hit a little bit, call a good game, throw a little bit. Line drive hitter. Seems like he's got a pretty good idea of how to hit, what his capabilities are.
1-1 delivery on the way. That'll be in the dirt. Saltalamacchia has had to make 4 stops in this inning. Pitches that could have gotten away and advanced runners.
Well, imagine coming in and following Jason Varitek. A couple of World Series championships for Jason. He was the captain of the Red Sox. Tough shoes to fill. Done a nice job, though. Really matured as a catcher.
2-1 count. And the outside corner strike call. De La Rosa appearing against the Orioles for the first time this year. Trying to finish off the inning. These 2 runners on are the responsibility of Dubron. Pierce and McLeod. 2-2, 2 down, 2 on. And Clevenger a chopper. Baltimore chopped back to the mound. De La Rosa the underhand toss, and that will retire the side. The Orioles have the big inning, though, as they pick up the 5 runs on 5 hits. And this ball game's tied. ...2014 Dream Week in Sarasota. You can bring your big league dreams to life with a week filled with baseball games at the Buck O'Neill Complex and Ed Smith Stadium, where the Orioles play spring training games. There'll be instruction from former O's and the full Major League experience. The package includes hotel accommodations, flights, even your own Orioles uniform. All the info's at Orioles.com/Dreamweek. Chris Tillman is out of the ball game, non-decision.
Yeah, early home runs kind of did him in, but then he pitched, used all his pitches, made a nice adjustment. Certainly don't want to be down by 5, but went to the prevent defense, and then the Orioles get him off the hook with 5 runs in their 5th inning. T.J. McFarland, Rule 5 pitcher, has come on. Done a nice job for the Orioles. He's given them quality innings. He can give them some length in the bullpen.
Lavarnway is going to be the pinch hitter. Saltalamacchia will come out of the ball game.
TJ, sinker, slider, and changeup pitcher. Average fastball around 88 miles per hour. So Lavarnway 9-game hitting streak ended on Friday night against the Orioles.
He'll take the pitch away. Lavarnway playing in his 25th game, hitting .307, a homer, 14 RBIs. He's had only 75 at-bats on the year. And the pitch will miss, and the count goes to 2-0 on Lavarnway. 6th inning, 5 runs, 5 hits for the Orioles, 5 runs, 8 hits for the Red Sox. The Orioles have 1 error, and that resulted in an unearned run for Boston. And the pitch is in there for a strike. LeVarn, Way, McDonald, and Berry do up, bottom third of the order. Nate McLouth getting it tied up with his bases loaded double. 2-1. Close but not Price pitch. 3-ball, 1-strike count. T.J. McFarland against the Red Sox this year. Game number 6. 2 runs, 5 hits, and 9 in the third innings. He's got a 2-0 record against the Red Sox this year. 3-1 delivery will be grounded towards short. Long throw, Hardy in the dirt. 1 hopper. Flaherty's got it.
Not a good throw. JJ goes, thank you so much for picking me up. Nice play by Ryan Flaherty on the short hop, who can play anywhere. Maybe he tried to do that. In the hole a little bit. 1 hopper.
So Hardy combines with Flaherty to get the leadoff man out. McDonald's already 2 for 2 in the ball game. McDonald scored after picking up the base hit in the second.
2 pretty identical base hits. 1 on a curveball, 1 on a fastball, right back up the middle.
McFarland, the 0-1. And will miss with that. 1 ball and 1 strike. The no-hitter by Alvarez today is the 3rd no-hitter this season. Homer Bailey got 1. And Tim Lincecum. Both coming in July. Alvarez gets his on the final day of the season against the Tigers 4 in Miami. And the last time a starter threw a no-hitter on the last day of the season, Mike Witt for the 1984 Angels. Did it against the Rangers. 2-1 delivery and outside. So another 3-ball, 1-strike count. McDonald this time. And a swing on that one. Took a little off and had a little wrinkle. 3-2.
Yeah, good movement. Both of the hits up in the zone off of Tillman.
Three and 2. And walked it. 1 on, 1 out. A lot of bullpen action today for both teams. Jason Hamill for the Orioles. And Will Castro is going to head out to the mound. Cleveland can guarantee themselves a postseason as the wild card team. With a win, they're leading in their ball game. They've got a 4-0 lead. The Indians, one of the great surges of the year. The Dodgers, when all said and done, will have had the biggest comeback this season to get where they are. Cleveland, for a while, looked like they just weren't going to be able to make it. They put on the surge. They lead the Twins 4-0 in the 6th inning of their game. Tampa Bay still leading Toronto 7-4. They're in the 7th. Angels lead Texas 1-0 in the 3rd. Great final day as the wild cards have kept the interest in the game going. Otherwise, most teams will be just playing on through. 1 away, runner on to first base. Drag bunt. Flaherty started, hesitated, safe, single. Berry with that great speed. And Ryan Flaherty, who hasn't played much first base, had that little hesitation, and that's all Berry needed.
Yeah, I don't think it would have made a whole lot of difference. I thought they defensed it pretty well, but Berry, this is what he does. I mean, you come in, he caught it, he barehanded, and then even transferred the glove. Hard to dive barehanded. And this is just a speedster doing what he does best. The little things. That's what Berry brings to this lineup.
So the Red Sox come right back after the 5-run inning by the Orioles and get 2 on here in the 6th with 1 away. And Ellsbury top of the order. Ellsbury, a homer, a single. He's 2 for 3 in the ball game. 9 home runs on the year. Valencia will play bunt at 3rd. Ellsbury not bunting. Strike one.
So could Barry make the roster if somebody got hurt?
You're allowed to do replacements, yes, for each series that you play in. Oh, 1 count. And the delivery. And the pitch taken.
Yeah, that would be a tough call. Easy call to bring him up to the to win the expanded rosters, but
I'm going to go to the helpline on that one. Now that I think about it, I'm not sure. Not sure whether you've got to be on the roster or not. He didn't get on until the expanded roster September 1, so I'm not sure. We'll check on that. We'll have a response coming immediately. And a swing and a miss. Great pitch right there by McFarland.
Well, it's all about movement and location for TJ. If you throw the breaking ball, this is a little sinker, and try to keep it down. You think that's going to be a strike. One of the great, and Mike Flanagan, master of it, late in his career when he became a left-handed specialist, 2-seam fastball to a left-hander. Because all the good ones, they're looking to cover the outside corner, and it's hard to get to that pitch if you trust it.
Here's a 1-2 delivery and went back outside. It will miss.
Pretty much.
Ellsbury 2-2.
Kind of looked like it was down the middle.
Ellsbury came in hitting .283 against the Orioles this year. That home run was his first he's had against the O's on the season, and he's picked up 3 RBIs. 2-ball, 2-strike count. McDonald and Barry the base runners, and the 2-2 pitch. Do it again.
Yeah, Matt Thornton, we saw him on Friday night. Veteran lefty.
One away, 2-ball, 2-strike count infield. Double play depth. And the ball put up in the air, right center field. Arcakis has it. Runner's tag. Throw comes to second. Runner will go to third. So McDonald tags up, moves over, but Ellsbury is the second out here in the 6th inning. Sellout crowd here at Camden Yards today. 44,230, the 7th sellout this season for the Orioles. And for the year, 2,357,101. Over 2.3 million for the year. And what a day to finish it off weather-wise, and a good ball game to watch. 5-5. So now with 2 down, here's Bogaerts. Xander Bogaerts has had an 0 for 3 day. Strikeout his first time up. Strikeout his last time up. First and third, 2 down. 1-0 delivery to him. Bogaerts will take it inside, and it's 2-0. T.J. McFarland in the sun, Bogaerts in the shadows. 2-0 delivery, and that's outside. Yeah, so a 3-0 count with Ortiz on deck.
Yeah, the problem for Buck, we saw Hamill getting loose in the bullpen. The problem for Buck Showalter is that if you had brought Hamill in to get Bogaerts and he didn't, he would most likely face Ortiz, and Ortiz is 9 for 17 with 2 home runs. So you can see why Jason Hamill's still out in the bullpen.
Runner going to second base, a strike called. Hesitation by Barry, but he'll get the stolen base. So Barry down to second now, 2 in scoring position. Barry's 3 for 3 at the major league level stealing. He was perfect on the year in the minor leagues in stolen bases. 23 out of 23. 3 ball, 1 strikeout. Bogaerts. And they're loaded. So a little bit of drama here on the final day. Ortiz coming up. Sacks are full.
And Ortiz off McFarland. Only 2 at bats, but a hit. Well, just kind of a tune-up for the postseason for David Ortiz. You're going to have all kinds of matchups like this, trying to a lefty getting him out, and of course he hangs in against righties, lefties, doesn't really matter. Could throw it up there with 2 hands.
11 grand slams in his career, 262 this year off left-handers, 336 off right-handers. And Ortiz with the bases loaded in a tie game. First ball hitting goes to first. Flaherty's got it. He'll go to the bag himself, and that's out. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 3 are left on base. 5-5.
For the Red Sox, Ellsbury 9th home run makes it 1-0, and then Quentin Berry 2-run shot just inside the foul pole, 4-0, and then 5-0, and here come the Orioles. Hardy with a double up the gap, couple of runs score, and then the curveball, the double to Nate McLouth will tie it up 5-5. The Orioles have a 5-run 5th inning. Webster finds a guy in the first inning. All those walks came to load the bases, but got out of a jam, didn't give up any hit. Chris Tillman struggles early, pitches his way through the 5th inning, and he will get a no decision. 88 pitches on the afternoon. And that is Geico, saving people money on more than just car insurance.
Bottom half of the 6th inning for the Orioles. Jonathan Scope on a swing and a miss. De La Rosa on to retire the side in that last half inning. Scope's had a single, run scored, and has grounded out. 2 RBIs picked up by Hardy. Flaherty an RBI. McLouth 2 RBIs. Ball down the line, right field, curving, foul ball.
So now you get into shadow time. Pitcher in the sun. Ball gets about 10-12 feet, and that shadow will head out towards the mound.
Chris Davis back out on the bench after coming out with a sprained wrist on the play at first base. There is the throw, took him right into the runner and bent the wrist on the glove hand, so had to come out. Good to see, though, that he's back. And a little bit of a brace on there. A sprain was the announcement by the Orioles after he was examined. 1-2 delivery, and a Hackett at a pitch that's fouled off. I think that got a piece of Lavagnier that time.
He got in the game just in time.
1-2.
Yeah, Ryan Lavagnier over 40% when guys tried to steal. So big guy, 3 years ago, 2011, hit 18 home runs. Came up, hit a couple against the Orioles. The night before the last game of the year, where the Orioles would come back that last game and keep the Red Sox from getting to the postseason. But big, strong catcher.
One ball, 2-strike delivery. De La Rosa got it in, grounded towards the hole. It's a base hit. Middlebrooks diving, cannot stop it. The Orioles get the leadoff man on in the 6th inning.
Found a hole. Jonathan Schoop, Major League debut, single home run the first night. Valuable at bats. Here comes Sean Farrell again.
Farrell's going to take a look at the people in the bullpen that he wants to use in the postseason. And Thornton had been up and throwing in the bullpen and will come on. Leadoff man on in a tie ball game. Finally. The Red Sox.
Yeah, veteran lefty. Saw him on Friday night, so they know what kind of arm he has. Comes out of the White Sox. Done a nice job over the course of the year. 25 holes. And then for the Red Sox, 19 appearances. But 15 of them not giving up any runs. Really throws. I mean, big guy, 6'7", throws the ball downhill. Power arm. Velocity 94, almost 95 miles per hour. Hard slider with an occasional curveball.
Orioles with Jonathan Schoop on at first base, and the top of the order, Brian Roberts, coming to the plate. Fans have given Brian nice hands each time up. Is this his last game as an Oriole? He doesn't know. Neither does anybody else at this point.
That's a really good point.
0 for 2 in the ball game, and he has drawn a walk. Jonathan Schoop on at first base. Roberts in the gap, right center field. Not going to be caught. And he'll go to the warning track, backed up by Ellsbury. They'll hold the runner at third. Roberts into second. He gets the double. 2 in scoring position and nobody out.
Well, that's pretty much what you could count on from Brian. Stolen bases, 40 to 56 doubled. And this is what he does. And this ball is going to slice away from Jacoby Ellsbury, so he can't run it down, but it does bounce back to him. If it gets to the wall, Schoop's probably going to score. So one pitch, and that's the one thing with Thornton. He really dominates lefties, but righties, they're hitting him at 325, and that'll be a number that John Farrell will look at as the postseason's coming up.
That'll bring up Nick Markakis. Nick came in hitting 275 off left-handers. The infield is in. Tie game, 5-5. Orioles now with 7 hits. And the pitch bounces and a run will score. Lavarnway had it ricochet away, and the Orioles take a 6-5 lead on a wild pitch by Thornton.
Now, you really have to trust your catcher that if you do try to bury a slider, and that's exactly what he does, maybe even bounce it, that he's going to be able to block it. But he doesn't. Not that it was an easy play, because it wasn't. But there comes Schoop. You can see the ball bouncing. It comes up off the heel of the glove. I mean, he does get his body in front of it. Usually you try to knock it down with your chest protector, but it hit the glove.
Runner not going at third. Infield stayed in. Bogarts will make the play. Markakis is retired. And Roberts stays at third base. So the Orioles get the lead on the wild pitch, and that will be it for Thornton. He will be coming out of the ball game. He's worked a third of an inning. And Dempster, who's been ready in the bullpen, will come on to pitch. So the Orioles get the lead, 6-5. First time they've been on top. Still have a runner in scoring position. Game-winning run as he comes in on that wild pitch, and the Orioles go up by 1.
So they bring in Ryan Dempster, and those are the numbers of his appearances. 29 of those are starts. He's a strikeout guy. I mean, he comes in 8.2 per 9 innings. That would put him 9th in the American League. He has pitched out of the bullpen, and been a while. 2007 the last time. He was a closer for the Cubs. 33, 24, 28. And to me, this is the key guy to their bullpen, because if they're going to put him out there, you need somebody to pitch the 7th and 8th right-handed. They have the lefties with Breslow, people like that. But for John Farrell, this is a guy that's done it before. This is a matchup here. Hardy is 4 for 34 off him lifetime. And he's got as good a slider. He's a veteran, turned 36th in May. But if they're going to go deep in the postseason, he's going to have to pitch well for them.
Against the Orioles, Dempster's made 4 starts this year. He's 1-1. Orioles have touched him up for some runs as they picked up 17 hits in 24 innings and 7 runs against him. He's had a real problem against the Orioles with walks. He's walked 13 while striking out 20 in 24 innings.
So JJ will look for something up in the air, get it up in the air. The infield's still in. And of course, Dempster's looking strikeout, ground ball.
Hardy had an RBI double his last time up, and the breaking ball will be in there for a strike. Brian Roberts, the runner at third base with the double, as the Orioles have added a run here in the sixth. They were down 5-0. They came back to tie it up in the fifth inning and now get the lead here in the sixth. And a little roller that's going to go foul. They're giving Hardy, even with the pulled in infield, the right side, as Napoli, just as the pitch was being delivered, the first baseman moved about 5 steps over to his right towards second base.
Yeah, that's probably because he knew what pitch was coming. It was a slow curveball. Figured he'd pull it, which he did.
0-2 the count on Hardy. Dempster after the strikeout. And he'll get a roller, runner not going. Played by Bogarts again for the out. Staying at third base, Roberts, and there are 2 away.
Well, what a good pitch that was. A veteran guy that he used to throw in the mid-90s, now maybe 89, 90. Back-to-back curveball, second one just as good as the first one, and he gets the little infield grounder.
Ryan Flaherty with the infield backing up with 2 down. Flaherty picked up an RBI base hit in the fifth inning, and he's had against Dempster an 0 for 5. And a pitch is a strike on the outside corner.
Well, he's a breaking ball pitcher, and Ryan's a better fastball hitter. They give him the bunt. It's one of those little things that with 2 outs and they're playing almost on the outfield grass, drag a bunt, get yourself a run.
0-1 will miss inside.
But you're going to see a lot of slow stuff to Ryan Flaherty.
De La Rosa charged with a run 2/3 of an inning. He gave up the leadoff single to Jonathan Scope that has scored. So a run on a hit in 2/3. Thornton worked at third. 1 hit. 1-1 delivery on the way. That'll be in the dirt. Barnway able to knock it down. And a 2-ball, 1-strike count from Dempster. Jason Hamill is ready to go in the bullpen. He's been up for a long time. Warming up, stopping, warming up again. Run is for McFarland, who becomes the pitcher of record for the moment. 2-ball, 1-strike delivery on the way, and he went around. Yes. 2-2.
Well, told you, breaking balls. It's all about, can you get your stuff over? Dempster, that's what he does. Good split change. Really knows how to pitch.
And he wants a new baseball. Two and two on Flaherty. Orioles waiting to get a hit until the fifth inning, when they would pick up the 5 runs on 5 hits. Now have the lead and the 2-2 delivery, and a check got a pitch away. So 3-2. Pierce waiting on deck if Flaherty can keep the inning going. Roberts on with a double. Now at third base, moving up on the wild pitch. Three-two delivery. Flaherty down the line, gets a base hit. That'll score Roberts. Flaherty on his way to second base. Barry over to get it. It's a double and an RBI and an Orioles 2-run lead.
Well, they throw him the breaking ball. And Ryan already with a hit to left field. Has done that a couple of times. A game, as we mentioned earlier, 2 home runs. Here's the slider. It doesn't quite get where Dempster wants it, but right where Ryan Flaherty can get the arms extended and a bullet into the corner.
So the Orioles now 4 for 12 with runners in scoring position after that one by Flaherty. He's on at second base, a 2-out RBI for Ryan, and the Orioles have a 2-run lead. RBI number 26 on the year for Flaherty. Steve Pierce, couple of walks, and he has popped out. Dempster's delivery to him, a towering pop-up. Shallow center field. Ellsbury will come in and make the catch. The Orioles have a big inning. They get 1 on a wild pitch, 1 on a Flaherty single, and the Orioles are up by 2. 2014 opening day will be here at Camden Yards. It'll be against the Red Sox, and on March 31 it will start. For the Orioles interleague play here at home, they'll get Pittsburgh, Washington, the Cardinals, and Cincinnati. Nothing easy there. Pittsburgh, Washington, Milwaukee, and Chicago on the road. Orioles have an interesting trip to Chicago. They'll play both on the south and north side on the same trip with a day off in between. 18 to the 28 in May are going to be on the road, and then June will be the big home month. 17 out of 27. The Orioles will finish up next year much the same way they did this year, with the last 22 games against the American League East. All to look forward to next season. Jason Hamill out of the bullpen to pitch.
Yeah, pitched very well. It came in and finished the game against Toronto. So an audition. Will be a free agent. Orioles certainly could re-sign him. Disappointing year in the fact that the knee got better. It was something that bothered him last year. 8-6 in his first year with the Orioles. #1 starter coming out of spring training. Got a win in his opening game down in Tampa Bay, and then had forearm problems. And great start, 5-0, 7-2, and then struggled. But certainly stuff-wise, able to get anybody out. You can see 95. Nice little curveball, slider, and a changeup to go with his repertoire.
A double by Napoli first time up. He has walked and struck out. Napoli leads it off in the 7th inning. 1 for 6 off Hamill, and a 1-ball, 1 strikeout. So the Orioles looking to wrap up the season with their 85th win, as they've come from behind to get the lead. 7-5, 7-8-1 for the Orioles, 5-9-0 for the Red Sox. Each team has left 7 on base. This game consistent with the first 2 of this series, where it's been about the bats. And the pitch will miss outside. 2-ball, 1 strike count from Jason Hamill. Hamill appearing against the Red Sox this season for just the second time. He had 1 start, 3 runs, 6 hits, 5 1/3 innings in that ball game. 2-1 delivery, and that is there.
And he's certainly throwing a little harder than he does as a starter at 95.
Shadows ringing the field here, along with the sunlight going right through the batter's box. Here's the 2-2 delivery, and that'll be fouled away. Answer on the Quentin Berry question: could he be on the roster postseason, even though he was added on September 1 to replace an injured player? Yes, he can. The player who he replaces, however, cannot come back for the next series. If you're replaced because of an injury or just replaced, you got to stay out. So if you were in the division and you got replaced, you can't come back in the next series. That could be the World Series. Swing and a miss.
Well, that's the Jason Hamill of 2012. Watch this curveball. About as good as you can throw it. Already established 95. Hard to see. Perfect pitch.
Napoli goes down swinging. That'll bring up Mike Carp. Carp today's had an 0 for 3. Did pick up an RBI and a ground ball out. And he'll chop that one foul. Carp with an 0 for 2 off Hamill, to be followed by Middlebrooks here in the 7th inning.
With most of the Red Sox wearing their beards for solidarity, started it early in spring training, it'd be kind of hard to know what they really look like. If they don't have them next year, you won't recognize them.
0-1 delivery to Carp. In the air, down the line. Long run. Pierce over, diving, and did not get it. Had it in the glove, but it got taken out on the roll. So Carp is on with a double.
Yeah, had to go a long way, and then the jump never really got it in the webbing of the glove.
Looked and it wasn't there. So Carp gets a double with 1 down. Carp on at second base. Middlebrooks coming up, an 0 for 3. Potential tying run at the plate for the Red Sox. They've now got 10 hits in the ball game. And swings through it.
Wow. What a slider. The more I see of Will Middlebrooks, the more he reminds me, physically, size-wise, maybe even a little facially, of Ryan Zimmerman of the Nationals. And, of course, if he could ever be that good a player, Red Sox will be very, very pleased. So will he.
And the 0-1 delivery on the way. Pittsburgh Pirates have swept the Cincinnati Reds. Today's game didn't matter positioning-wise, but they got the victory. So they're going to play again, of course, for the wild card. Reds have lost 5 in a row. 94-win season for the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Well, how about Tampa now? It's 7-6. Was 7-2 in the ninth up in Toronto.
Swing and a miss. Tampa got the early lead in that game. The wild card day in the American League. Decisions to be made. They're in the ninth inning in Toronto. Top of the ninth.
And then
Cleveland leading 5-0 over Minnesota.
And then Texas down by 1-0 in the fifth.
1 ball, 2 strike count on Middlebrooks. Runner off second base. And he'll take it down low.
Yeah, Darvish has had some big games. The wild card game between the Orioles and the Rangers last year, both of them ending up with 93 wins. Darvish was the Orioles were able to get to him. Didn't hit him hard, but ended up getting 5 runs, winning 5-2.
And our first fan competition of the day. Here's the 2-2 delivery and a swing and a miss. Throw's got to be made. It is. Hunter stays at second base. Middlebrooks a strikeout victim. 2 Ks for Hamill. Make every day game by ordering the official Orioles Maryland license plate. It features the cartoon bird. Plays a great way to show your fan support, and more importantly, it supports Orioles Reach and the community. The proceeds go to the Orioles Charitable Foundation. Visit Orioles.com/plates to reserve your plate, to show Birdland pride and to help the cause. 2 down here in the 7th inning. LaVarn Way, 1 at bat, grounded out, 6th inning. Check swing and did not go around. Carpon at second base. Hamill's 1-0 delivery. Strike called in the outside corner. Third relief appearance for Jason Hamill for the Orioles this year.
This is probably the best stuff I've seen him have all year. That's how crisp it is.
1-1 delivery, fouled away.
Great breaking ball, nice velocity in 95. A little unlucky on the pop fly double. But this is the way he pitched some of his starts in 2012.
One-two delivery will go to short. 3 hopper. Hardy gets it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a base runner left on. 7th inning stretch time. Final day of the regular season, and the Orioles looking to put away a W. They've got the lead on the Red Sox 7-5. Stretch time at Camden Yards. Had the opportunity this week to see a lefty-righty combo that's put up some of the great numbers in pitching history in Major League Baseball. Photo taken out there among the great legends. You look at the combined numbers for those two, and you're going to find some great pitching records.
We were really good, weren't we?
Now, when we took that picture, we were going out to center field to do some work. We were walking by Jim's statue, and a lady was taking a picture of the statue. And Jim walked over in front of the statue and said, "Here, you want me to stand there and you can take the picture?" And the lady went, No, get out of the picture, and moved him away.
I'm fine. I can do
I'm fine. It's okay.
And then you said to her,
I said, we started walking away, and I turned around, I went back to her, and I said, do you know who that was? And she was like, oh, yeah. She had no idea.
Yeah.
So she had a chance to have Jim there live in front of his statue and take the picture, but she didn't know who Jim was and let him walk away. And when I went back, she was adamant she knew who it was, but she had no idea.
Yeah, well, that's what it's come to.
That's what it's come to.
But with that said, I just want to say, hey, we were a great tandem.
We were.
Not only out there, but, I really enjoyed working with you. You make my job a lot easier, and, I get a lot of compliments. They go, is Thorne really as happy as he pretends to be? No. And I go, well, he fakes it pretty well.
Answer that's no.
Yeah, but thank you so much for your help.
You.
I mean, I really enjoyed it.
Been a great season.
Yeah,
some great games. And
they weren't as good as they were last year.
Well, but we were.
No, the Orioles, doing the Oriole baseball, I did it for, 14 years when they weren't winning. It is a pleasure because this is an exciting ball club. And as you talk, over 2.3 million people. I played here. I've been here my whole life, baseball life, and I know how important it is when the fans come out and support you. And, there's been a rebirth of baseball here. We got the Super Bowl defending champions and the Ravens. We certainly wish them well. But the Orioles, great support here. Chris Davis said all the right things today in his press conference. Would love to stay here long term, and I can certainly understand why.
Yep, absolutely. And a lot of core players will be back with this ball club, obviously, next year to try and do it all over again, only a little better with a few more wins. Unfortunately, their righty-lefty tandem will not be available to pitch. Here is Nate McLouth as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. I hope that lady was watching. I still can't get over that.
Well, it was actually.
It was very funny. No, thank you. No. One ball, one strikeout.
I'm trying to get my camera in focus, I think is exactly what you said. And I don't want you in the picture.
That's a classic.
I don't want some clown in a sport coat ruining it. I even gave her the high leg kick.
I know. You were going to do the whole thing.
I know.
I was just like, oh, well.
Yeah.
So it goes. An occasion lost. A 1-ball, 2-strike count on McLouth. The Orioles, Nate McLouth picking up the big 2 RBIs in the 5th inning when he came up with the bases loaded, and he delivered a double.
So Breslow comes on, and boy, he's done a nice job for him. And again, 2 earned runs his last 31 games. So if you're John Farrell, you can get lefties out, righties out. Look at the numbers. Low ERA. Doesn't walk a whole lot of guys. Actually gets right-handed hitters out better than lefties, but certainly capable of doing both. Righties at 202, lefties at 258.
Dempster, 2/3 of an inning, gave up a hit. He zeroes the rest of the way in his line. And McLouth foul tipping one into the mitt for the strikeout. So Nate retired, 1 down, bottom of the 7th inning.
Here's a slider, and actually it's a fastball, 91. Tough to see. Nate got the big double off of DeBrount. And he foul tips that right in the glove of Lavarnway.
That'll bring up Danny Valencia. Clevenger to follow. Valencia with the 0 for 3 in the ball game today. Base hit would extend his hit streak to 4 if he can get one. 7-8-1 for the Orioles. 5-10-0 for the Red Sox. 8 left on by Boston. 7 by the O's. Orioles with a comeback here with 5 in the 5th. 2 more in the 6th to take the lead. TJ McFarland right now the pitcher of record for the Orioles. De La Rosa for the Red Sox. McFarland worked an inning, gave up one hit, a couple of walks. Hamill came on, worked through the 7th inning, a couple of strikeouts.
Yeah, if the Oriole bullpen can hold his lead, TJ could win a couple of games this week.
Yep. 3-0 count on Valencia.
So Breslow, he's a Yalie. Graduated from Yale, 2000, degrees in molecular biophysics and biochemistry. No boring conversation for this young man.
Nor none you'd understand, bro.
Well, that's right. Well, I don't know. The Wall Street Journal, they named him the smartest man in baseball in 2009. And then the Sporting News, to top that in 2010, of course, he dropped some ranks. He was one of the top 20 smartest athletes. In 1 year, he got to...
It's tough. Probably those ratings were coming in from the Fire East, being paid $1 to $5 per rating. Here's the 3-1 delivery, and a strike on the outside corner will bring Valencia back to the plate. And a foul tip, and that goes off Lavarnway. Count at 3 balls and 2 strikes on Valencia. Lavarnway came in just in time to get all the foul balls off his body.
Yeah, for Breslow, it kind of tells you if you can, if you're willing to be a smart guy, and I'm not saying that jokingly. If you're, willing to hang around. I mean, you get signed by the Brewers, you get signed by the Padres. And then by the Red Sox as a free agent. It gets claimed by the Indians, claimed by waivers by the Twins, claimed by the A's.
There's a base hit up the middle. Battle for it. And on the 3-2, Valencia's got a single. The Orioles won and scored 5 or more runs yesterday. That means you get 50% off your regular menu price online orders today. Enter promo code Orioles5 at papajohns.com when you order. Valid at participating Baltimore area Papa John's. So the Orioles good base hit number 9. That will bring up Clevenger's had a single, 1 for 3 in the ball game, and a run scored. Tampa Bay has assured themselves they'll play at least one more game. They have beaten Toronto by a score of 7-6, their 91st win. So they and Cleveland now have 91 wins. Texas has got 90. Cleveland and Texas are still playing. Ever closer to a playoff, perhaps, to determine the 2 wild card teams.
So they will probably stay in the locker room. Texas has now scored a couple to go ahead of the Angels 2-1. In the 5th inning down in Texas. I'll watch that game, and otherwise there will be a playoff.
Yep. Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way. Off the end of the bat to short. Bogarts, 1. Relay. Nice pick at first base on the throw by McDonald. So that will retire the side. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. Nobody left on base. 8th inning coming up. Orioles up by 2. Free on iPhone and iPad. Build your stadium, make the decisions to guide your team to the World Series. You can download it. MLB Empire is free. Data and usage rates may apply. Orioles with a 7-5 lead. Hoping. Chris Davis receiving a nice hand between innings here from the fans. Coming out with that wrist sprain on the play at first base earlier in the ball game. Back in the 4th inning.
Yeah, one of those freak plays, a swinging bunt, throw off the rib cage of Ellsbury, and then as he reaches for it, hits the front of Ellsbury's chest, knocks the glove off, and you hope it's just a mild sprain. And you consider all the at-bats, all the games, boy, so simple to get hurt in this game. And when guys play almost every inning, every game of a season, whether it's Chris Davis or Adam Jones or any of the players in the major league level, you just kind of sit back and you're amazed.
Batting here in the 8th inning. Red Sox down by 2.
Yeah, Johnny Combs will come in.
Jason Hamill on the mound for the Orioles. Gomes on as the pinch hitter for McDonald. Berry, then the top of the order, Ellsbury, due up here in the 8th. And Gomes on the big swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
Yeah, you better have a good at bat against the way that Jason Hamill is. Again, it's only an inning, but boy, he has as good a stuff as he's had all year. Great velocity, hit 95, sharp curveball and slider. Hasn't had to use his changeup.
1-1 delivery. That's there. Gomes 250 against the Orioles this year. A couple of home runs, 5 RBIs.
No, he can hit some home runs. Tampa 21-20. That's all the way back in the middle of 2005 and 6. Then over the National League last year with the A's with 18 home runs.
In the air, shallow center, McLeod, and he'll put it away. So Gomes is retired. 1 down, 8th inning. Time to text in your vote for the AT&T Player of the Game. The candidates today: J.J. Hardy, the big 2 RBI double. Nate McLeod, he too has delivered a couple of RBIs of the bases loaded double. And Ryan Flaherty coming on late in the ball game and picking up RBI single and an RBI double. Text in your vote A, B, or C. 318-26.
I asked Ryan Flaherty, what are you going to do this offseason? He said, well, I'm going to stay in Baltimore and going to work out. Joe Fogarty, the strength trainer.
Down to 3rd, easy, Valencia.
Yeah, there you go. Nice little line drive right at your 3rd baseman, 2 outs. So I said, what else are you going to do? He said, I'm going to work with B.J. Surhoff. He's going to hit for a couple of months. He said, was he a good hitter? I said, he was a really good hitter. And not only was he a really good hitter, I said he could hit the ball. He said, could he hit it to left? I said, he could hit it anywhere. 207 hits one year. So that's how he's going to spend his offseason. It might be one of the, I told him, I said, it's probably going to be the best thing you've ever done in your career. Getting a guy with that pedigree and that work ethic to help you in the offseason. So he will be I would imagine, an integral part of the Orioles in 2014.
2 down, nobody on. Hamill's pitch is a strike. Ellsbury a homer. Leading off the ball game is 9th, single in the 4th inning. Ellsbury's had a 2 for 4. 2 down here in the top of the 8th inning. Oh, 1 delivery to him away. Tampa Bay 7-6 win over Toronto. Lobaton, their backup catcher, a couple of big RBIs. Moore got the win, so he's a 17-game winner. 17-4 for Moore this year. Redmond took the loss, and Tampa Bay now awaits the rest of the games. Pitch will be taken down low for a ball, 2-1.
I was reading an article in the Tampa paper today, and apparently Jim Hickey told Matt Moore probably about 3 weeks ago, he said, you may pitch the biggest game of the year for us. That's what Joe Madden called it. He said Usually you don't, when you play 162, you don't really look at them that way. He said, but today is the biggest game of the year for us. And Hickey had already planted in Matt Moore's mind that he would be the guy that would pitch. And apparently did a nice job with it.
And through 5 1/3 innings, so not deep into the game. But the bullpen came on, gave up some runs, but they held on to win. Ellsbury, 3-1 delivery on the way, and a ground ball towards second base. Jonathan Scope to third. And Emil retires the side in order. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning with the Orioles up by 2. Ballpark more beautiful. Nicole McFadden, who's in charge, the head groundskeeper here at Camden Yards, and her great crew put in long hours in the course of a year to make this one of, if not the nicest ballpark to come to a ball game and watch. And that's where they are throughout the game, up in right center field. And we thank them for all the great work that they have done for the Orioles this season. And there is Nicole, who also became a mummy here during the course of the year.
She, after your comments about where to hide the tarp the other night, she said, I'm actually taking it under consideration, and I will be working on it. She said, I found that really amusing, Koji O'Hara, but she said, down in San Diego, they put actually a cover over it down the right field line, but it never rains in San Diego. And when it does, you're not playing baseball. Exactly. So they're working on it.
Okay.
I like your idea of just putting it in the visiting dugout.
Sure, he did too. Koji's on the pitch.
Oh, boy, I told you the other day, he just was supposed to be either Joel Handrahan or Andrew Bailey. They both got hurt. Both of them had to have surgery, both done for the year. And Koji comes on, lights out, retired 37 straight batters, doesn't walk you, doesn't give up home runs, trusts his stuff, fastball splitter guy. Has a slider, but probably won't see it. And there's a split-fingered fastball. You think it's hittable. You got the splitter going down and the fastball probably 89, 90 miles per hour, but with great life on it.
7-5 ball game. And a ground ball to third base handled by Middlebrooks. Jonathan Scopes is retired, so he's got a 2-for-4 ball game, perhaps to round out his first season at the majors. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. That'll bring up Brian Roberts, double. Runs scored. 1 for 3 and a walk in the ball game. And with one away, swing and a miss on it. Jim Johnson's ready in the bullpen. It is a save situation right now. So Jim may have a chance to pick up his 50th save of the season here in the final day. Swing and a miss. Koji rushing that one to the plate, and an 0-2 count.
Well, we used to always talk about it when he was here. He jumps at you. I mean, he really gets over his front side. Then, I mean, very rhythmic. You can see right there. I mean, it's almost like a leap. And then he's got the splitter. That's always, when you talk to hitters, it's always, they say it's always in the back of your mind. A ball that's about 9 miles per hour slower and goes straight down like that one.
He got him. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. For every Orioles walk this season, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield has donated $50 supporting the Y of Central Maryland's Fit and Fun program. The Orioles have 416 walks, $20,800. Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield encourages each of us to take that first step towards a healthier and more active lifestyle. 2 away, Nick Markakis up, and that's in there for a strike. Nick's had a walk and a run scored in the 5th inning. Couple of walks in the game. Officially 0 for 2. 270 on the year. Fouled back. 2-strike count on Markakis.
Yeah, it's just amazing how many strikes Koji can throw and be so aggressive and yet get hitters out. If you go up trying to work the count, it'll be 0-2 in a hurry.
And foul back. Orioles 3 outs away from ending this season with a successful win. And perhaps 85 on the year if they can come away with it. For Buck Showalter's team, they already know they've won the season series against the Red Sox. 0-2 delivery, and that ball belted towards the scoreboard. It'll take a hop off the wall. Barry gets it. Markakis to second. Here's the throw, and he's in with a double.
Yeah, it's a foot race. Can you beat the throw? And Quentin Barry makes a, he's had a really nice afternoon. The 2-run home run off of Chris Tillman early on, and he plays that ball perfectly. He can run and defend. I mean, this is a low fastball, so maybe not the same type of life. You can see the windup, and then Nick all over it. A bullet off the wall, and very perfect throw, but Nick under the tag.
So a runner on and 2 down. Hardy's had a big 2 RBI double in the ball game. Koji against the Orioles this year has a loss. He's 0-1, 1-1 in save situations. Orioles able to get a run off him on 4 hits coming into this game in 8 2/3 innings.
Yeah, they broke that 37 consecutive batter streak when Valencia.
0-1's going to go to short. Bogart's running throw to first, and a good one. So the Orioles 3 outs away. Jim Johnson's going to have a shot at 50 save seasons back to back when we come back to Camden Yards. to you by University of Maryland University College. So back here at Camden Yards, a 7-5 lead. The Orioles up, come back to do it. And now Jim Johnson will go after his 50th save.
Yeah, trying to become the fourth pitcher in the history of baseball. Eric Gagne, Frankie Rodriguez, who's in the Oriole bullpen, John Smoltz to have 100 saves in back-to-back years, and then he would be the second pitcher if he's able to get 50. Eric Gagne with back-to-back years of 52 and 55, so over 50 saves in back-to-back years. Did that 2003, 2002. So Jimmy the sinker has come back, and then he got the save last night. So he has been pitching like he did last year. So it's all about trying to get the first batter out. Big Poppy on deck.
Kimball has 50 saves for Atlanta. He is the leader in the National League, so Jim with a chance to tie him. Bogaerts leading it off. Top of the ninth inning. Bogaerts 0 for 3 and a walk. And Johnson gets the strike in and quickly gets ahead 0-2.
Now they really worked hard at just really trying to shorten up the arm swing. You know, he's such a big guy. When he gets the arm up, sinker ball sinks. So obviously couldn't get on top of that one.
For Jim Johnson this year, he's been 8 for 8 in save opportunities against the Red Sox. 10 innings, no runs, 6 hits, no walks, and 8 strikeouts. Bogaerts, the 1-2 delivery to him. Ground ball, rather fouled back into the screen. And the count goes to 1-2. Orioles, if they can get the victory here, 11-8 against the Red Sox on the season. Jim's 1-2 delivery, another one fouled straight back.
Yeah, for a 20-year-old kid, this kid can hack at the plate. Vander Bogaerts. I mean, really is able to make contact. Didn't realize he was as mobile as he was in the infield for a big kid. He's a big kid.
Again, the 1-2 pitch. Heads up. Over into the dugout on that foul ball. The Orioles dugout. And the 1-2, and he got him.
Wow, 95 and with great late life. This is what Jim Johnson's always all about. That ball starts on the plate, almost ends up a foot inside at 95 miles per hour, and he misses it by a couple of inches.
Orioles move around in the infield as David Ortiz will come to the plate here in the ninth inning with one away.
Yeah, they really don't put the total shift on because I think a lot of it has to do with where do you think he's going to hit it. So you can see your second baseman, but usually Hardy would be about here, and JJ's right there. So 2-run lead. Do we see an Ortiz bunt? He's trying to get on.
5 for 14 lifetime off Jim Johnson for David Ortiz. Base hit in the game, run scored first inning. Orioles fell behind 5-0 early in the ball game in the first 2 innings. Red Sox put runs up. Ortiz takes it for a strike. 1-2. Eric Gagne and Mariano Rivera, the back-to-back 50 save seasons, and Johnson trying to do it here. Will have to battle as Ortiz is on with a base hit and 1 out. And updating you with the voting for the AT&T Player of the Game, J.J. Hardy on top right now. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, 31826. Results coming up on the O's Extra Postgame Show.
Well, a couple of tough outs. Napoli at the plate and Carp on deck.
No pinch runner.
That's a good point.
Ortiz the base hit. That is his 11th. And he's going to go to second base. As the ball skips away down in the dirt. Wild pitch.
Yeah, those plays can be critical. They certainly like to keep the double play in order with a ground ball pitcher on the mound, and that goes. And Jim missed his target by about 2 feet, and Clevenger tried to backhand it, couldn't get it done.
Napoli a double. First inning. Now back 1-1. Well, the final game, a battle right down to the final out. Napoli lifetime with a 1-for-4 off Jim Johnson.
But Jimmy certainly aware of his capabilities. He's so big and strong. I mean, right center, left center. Loves to get the arms extended.
One delivery. And outside, 2-1.
And then the guy on deck is no bargain.
And the 2-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to be a base hit. David Ortiz will score easily. McLeod will get it in, and it's a one-run game. 7-6. A run in here in the ninth, and one out.
So now you'll get your pinch runner for Napoli. Watch this. It's up. It's in the middle of the plate. And Napoli all over it. He just kind of top spins it into center field. McLeod will get to it quickly. Keep it from being a double. Here comes the sixth run.
Bradley will run with Carp coming to the plate. Mike Carp, a double. RBI and a ground ball in the first inning. That's hit number 12. Red Sox out hitting the Orioles 12-10. Orioles still have the one-run lead.
Carp 0 for 4 lifetime off of Jim Johnson.
And back to first base goes Bradley.
Yeah, they brought Johnson in last time, and when Jimmy came in, Quentin Berry came out to pinch run and did steal a base.
Bradley's got a couple of stolen bases on the year. One out. Runner not going. The pitch is in there for a strike to Carp. Carp hitting over 300 against the Orioles this year. He's had a couple of home runs, 5 RBIs, limited games, another base hit. That's going to go into right field. Markakis will get it over to third base with the potential tying run is Bradley.
Now Carp can hit almost a 300 hitter, and he now is against right-handed pitching. So again, it does go down, but it's right to the bat hit. Almost a grounder. Inside middle. If the ball's away, it may be a double play ball, but he gets to pull it. And then because of the speed factor, and it's not easy to do here at Camden Yards, all the way to third base.
And only one away. So the infield will play for the ground ball double play with Carp on at first and one out, and Middlebrooks coming up. Middlebrooks has an 0 for 4. He is 0 for 2 off Jim Johnson. Red Sox have a run in here in the ninth inning. 3 hits, 3 singles. Johnson's pitch to him is outside. real good speed at third, obviously, in Bradley. Carp not bad at first. Brian Mattis, left-hander, up for the second time today. Varnway is on deck. Johnson, the 1-0 delivery, and fouled off at the plate.
Yeah, Middlebrooks doesn't have to get a base hit to tie it up. We talked about it last night. On base percentage 28% of the time, so he's a free swinger. Second-year player. Wrist injury last year, back rib injuries this year, but 183 with runners in scoring position. So if you make your pitches, you might have a chance. And Brian O'Nora taking some time after he fouls it off his foot.
Johnson with a 1-1. And a ground ball down to third. Could be the season. Valencia had trouble getting it out. There's one. Relay! And they got him, and the Orioles win it.
Wow, what a tough play by Valencia. The ball